Beautiful. Okay, so this I should have oh god, I should have edited it. I can go back and do it later, I suppose. What I'm gonna do is listen to this amazing Kent Hovind and Dr. Greg debate on evolution, and my cat is not leaving my lap. Here we go. And it was amazing. So many amazing things happened in this debate that have never happened in a Kent Hovind debate before. This dude, oh my gosh, Dr. Greg, I want it on my channel so badly. I really hope it gets to stay. If he copyright strikes it, I'll just let it go. I don't care. But, oh my goodness. The most amazing Kent Hovind debate I've ever seen. And I'm going to broadcast it right here. Right. I'm not going to do anything else to try and get a copyright strike. Probably be bad, but I really want this on my channel. Oh my gosh, because I'm going to pause it every now and then, and I'm going to make sure that I comment on just a few things that happened during this debate that are just so amazing. For starters, Kent Hovind loses it even worse than he did with Aaron Ra, with a guy that didn't do anything to warrant it. It was amazing. If you have ever seen the Kent Hovind if you have ever seen cannot speak. If you have ever seen the Kent Hovind and Aaron Ra debate, and how Kent Hovind lost it with Aaron Ra because he just kept interrupting for good reason, in my opinion. And oh man, this is way worse. This is way worse than that. Alright. I'm gonna stop every now and then and make commentary on it. But, I mean, this was an amazing debate. I loved this debate. And I'm not currently subscribed to this guy. And guess what? I think I can do it from here. No, I guess I have to go to here. Anyway, I'm about to subscribe to this guy. Okay. So now, while this debate was on Modern Day Debate, this particular copy that I'm playing was from Dr. Greg's website. So, if a copyright strike happens, it should happen from Dr. Greg, not from MDD, because this is from Dr. Greg's channel, not from MDD. This is not from Modern Day Debate. This is from Dr. Greg YouTube channel. So if a YouTube strike happens, it should happen from Dr. Greg's YouTube channel. I want to make that very clear.
They're starting right now.
And now I'm subscribed to Dr. Greg.
The floor is all yours, Greg. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
This was amazing.
So
I might actually get
a bench scientist. I've been doing
go
molecular
a little
biology
fast
for
through
17
this
years.
part.
So evolution is not just something that I read
want to
about,
get to
but
like
it's something that I
the
use in the lab in order to create better products, to create
open
better
discussion.
organisms.
I might just fast forward to
evolution
it.
is the change of
Nah.
DNA over time in a population. So these changes, DNA is the heredity part of the organism that's passed on one to the other, and basically changes in that
Maybe I
DNA
should.
accumulate and create different abilities for.
You know what? I'm going to go to. Wow. Oh, there's no way for me to tell. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay, this is the end of. I mean, we've all heard Kent Hovind's opening. Nobody needs to hear Kent Hovind's opening.
It does take a bunch of intelligent scientists working for thousands or billions of dollars to do it.
Shit. Oh. This is too far. It can't be more than. It was. Must have been 2 10-minute openings. Put this back down since I'm just going to skip it. .16 minutes, probably too long. Alright, this is him talking. This is him listening. I should wait until he's done listening. Oh, that might be it.
But if it does take a bunch of intelligent scientists working for thousands or billions of dollars to do it, to create life, that would prove it takes intelligence to make life. All you'd be doing is proving creation. You wouldn't be proving evolution, but I'd like to see you guys. Why can't they make life in the laboratory?
Why can't they? Seems like he's still... Oh, wait, no, he's still listening. Oh, wait.
George Washington vaccinated his troops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so that's after the discussion started.
So with this stuff, how did life get started? How did the first life get started?
So
I've got a
it's
theory. I'd like to see it. If it can happen wildly in nature,
Ken's
surely you
opening.
smart guys in the
I'm
laboratory
just
can
gonna
do
turn
it.
it down a little bit.
But if it does take a bunch of intelligent scientists working for thousands
Oh,
of billions of
that's
dollars
what
to do it,
changed.
to create life, that would prove it takes intelligence to make life. All you'd be doing is proving creation. You wouldn't be proving evolution, but I'd like to see you guys. Why can't they make life in the laboratory? If it can happen in a warm little pond someplace, and you believe it did,
Oh, wait. See?
duck is related to... In my country,
Okay, so this is definitely open discussion. Here.
How can my kid live to 900?
There's...
Submit them either by
Ah!
tapping in
Here we go.
chat with @modern8debate. Otherwise, the super chat pushes your question to the
Hello,
top of
Simon.
the list. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button. We do appreciate your support. And we have many more debates coming up. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. With that,
He's so
gentlemen, the
beautiful.
floor is all yours for open dialogue.
Okay, so you have a kid that is in the hospital right now. Their brain is swelling to the point that they are having...
Okay, so there is going to be some anti-vax talk. Warning content warning happening here. So content warning, anti-vax happening. It's actually kind of half of it. It's good though. I mean, in my opinion, it's good though.
brain damage because their mother did not vaccinate them. And they ask you, Kent, they say, how did Adam and Eve live to 900, and how can my kid live to 900?
This is the part that he did different that no one else has ever done with Kent Hovind. He actually engaged with Kent about how his view could make a difference in the world. How you could make any technologies based on Kent Hovind's view, and you just can't. And that was like half the 25% of he wanted to make it more. He tried to make it more, but Kent ran like a child. Just church tradition, though. Anyway, but so yeah, that's why I think it's a good thing, because he used anti-vax to go into this idea of what can young Earth creationism contribute to society, and I think it's an amazing way of going. I'm hoping to figure out a way to like incorporate it into how I talk to young Earthers, any science deniers actually. It's amazing. That's why I want it on my channel. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit, I think.
What are you going to say? How are you going to translate what your knowledge is into a technology in order to help this person that is in the hospital right now?
If you're trying to change this debate to be, should I become a medical doctor? No. I trust many friends that are medical doctors that I contact. I have questions. I also have friends that are nutrition experts. Why the kid's in the hospital with his brain swelling up? Could it be a traumatic injury? Could it be a bacteria causing some trouble?
Measles is caused by a virus.
Okay. Should the government require everybody in our country to take a vaccine because of that one kid? It ought to be voluntary, that's all. See, Bernie and those guys are socialists / communists.
See, okay. Here's a big problem with making a bunch of these vaccines voluntary, is that it's is given to children. And children don't really have a way of informed consent when it comes to like medical procedures. So it's up to the parents. Which means the parents are making a decision. Sorry, I'm like. So the parents are making a decision for the child. And the child's entire life is at stake on these decisions. Like, whenever you get measles as a child, there are complications. Hello, Lush. Let me finish this sentence, and then I'll invite you up. There are complications for the rest of your life. Lush, welcome to the stage.
Who are you talking to?
My YouTube channel. I'm actually doing like a...
Oh,
I'm doing...
you're on YouTube. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's in the title. But, I'm doing...
How many...
I'm trying to do like a thing with this debate that I watched. I'm like playing the debate and like reacting to it, but it's just because no one's in the room.
Oh, is there many people on YouTube watching you?
Probably not, but I get like between 10 and 70. I get like between 10 and 70.
Oh.
I get like between... Can you let me finish my sentence, please? Holy shit. I get between like 10 and 70 views per video. Holy crap, why did I have to say that 5 times?
Because my signal's really bad, so my voice, like when I talk, it's like delayed.
Sure, but the first time that you heard me start again, all you had to do was not talk anymore.
I wasn't talking. The speech came in late because my signal's bad. I wasn't talking when you were talking.
But you did it over and over and over again. After the first time, you should have just stopped.
Oh, do you know what? Just fuck off.
Thank you. I'm in the middle of something. I appreciate that.
The government should run everything, control everything. That's apparently your philosophy. Do you think everybody should be forced to take vaccines?
Yes.
Okay. Then you need to go to a different country where they force people to do things.
No,
I don't want that in my country.
You don't even
I'm gonna
understand the
resist
history of the
that till I
United
die.
States. George Washington, literally, part of the reason that we won the Revolutionary War is because he gave the smallpox vaccine to his troops. So actually, the first public health campaign was actually a vaccine campaign by George Washington. So George Washington is literally on my side on this one. So you're again on your own here, and I keep bringing this up because vaccines as an application of evolution. If evolution is not real, then vaccines are not needed because humans don't need to actually compete against viruses. But the reality is that we do, and viruses cause disease, viruses cause people to die, and people are now foregoing medical care because they are listening to people like you and these conspiracies that humans used to live until 950 years old. So now they're foregoing medical care. That people are listening to you and distilling your knowledge and going in that direction. So I'm glad that you agree with me that you're not a medical expert, that you do not know how human physiology works, that you do not know how...
I didn't say that.
Oh, you're saying that you are a medical expert now.
I did not stop that. I did not say I'm a medical expert, but I have a big understanding of physiology and anatomy and biology. I've taught those for 15 years. This has nothing to do with me being a medical doctor. Let me finish your statement. You're claiming we won this war because George Washington. Hang on. George Washington vaccinated his troops. Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you aware that at the time George Washington was living, all the doctors believed in the doctrine of humors? They took George Washington's blood out, part of him, because he was sick. He got worse. They took out more blood. He got worse. They took out more blood, and he died. You think we should make it mandatory that doctors believe the doctrine of humors, and if you're sick, take out your blood?
That's not modern medical science. That's not modern medical science. So we're not going to go towards that.
I got to jump in at some point, gentlemen, just because I'm totally open to hosting a debate on vaccines, but I still haven't kind of looked into like how much YouTube gives flexibility on that. So though we've covered them a bit, and I wanted to allow that because they are in the same ballpark. I still want to kind of direct some more creation evolution in the more traditional sense.
James, this is an application of this debate. So this is literally how we are using the knowledge that we have gained through evolution, and we are applying it through this technology. So, like, we could say preventative medical procedures, if you're more okay with that. But no, I'm not going to allow him to use the same slide depth that he's used for the last 30 years and just rehash the same nonsense when we have an actual problem that we have in the country right now in regards to medical disinformation, in regards to science misinformation, and people using the conspiracies that he pushes in order to actually harm people. So no, I'm not going to stop talking about it.
Okay. And I'm not going to stop talking about it either. I disagree.
Okay. Gentlemen, the only concern I have here is we could host a debate on the very things that you mentioned right there, Greg.
We're doing it right now.
Is that right? But I think that people are confused that it's kind of called creation versus evolution for the title. And the other thing is I do want to look more into, if I would have known that this is kind of where you were wanting to take it, I could have looked more into like, are there things you have to be careful about, where I could give you guys like a short list of like, we can talk about this topic, but just be careful about saying this or that. That's why I'm a little bit, what's the word?
Yeah, you should be. This is why they take channels down. YouTube takes channels down. You're not allowed to mention anything.
It's nonsense. I've been talking about this same stuff for 6 years. You're trying to deflect and you're trying to run, Ken. This is insane.
I did not. No, I'm not trying to run at all. I'm not the least bit scared of you. Now listen, you believe you came from a rock. Okay?
No, I don't. Again, you're just,
yeah, you do.
You're saying nonsense.
And you believe you're related to a tomato, don't you?
No.
Okay.
I'm 50% related to a banana, yeah. Our DNA.
Okay.
You are too. Yeah, that's how
I'm related to a banana. You speak for your own relatives, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not related to a banana. Now
yes,
listen,
you are. All humans are.
I was not informed at all that this was going to go down in the debate about vaccines. I thought it was creation versus evolution.
We're talking about the application of evolution as a technology. Yeah, so I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to talk about the medical gene therapies that we can do. We're going to talk about vaccines. We're going to be talking about like all that kind of stuff. Like the fact that we can actually do things and improve people's lives through the knowledge that we gain through evolution. Why should I stop talking about that? Why should I be skittish so that we can talk about Archaeopteryx for the 50th time? Nobody cares about your printouts of things anymore. People want answers. Okay, people want. How are you going to improve people's lives if you understand something that medical science or that science doesn't understand?
Would you shut him up?
Can you actually talk about this and actually improve someone's life for once?
One topic at a time. He's showing that he's a communist. He's a communist. He thinks everybody should be forced to do something because somebody says it's better for them.
Hold on 1 sec. I hate to interrupt, but I do have to say, gentlemen, we do have to get this back on track. So I do want to redirect this back to creation evolution. Like, Greg, if you want, I'm like assuming that if I can look into it and see that YouTube is safe or we know what we can say. So, but the idea here, Greg, is I wish you would have told me in the email, like, I kind of want this to be more of a debate on tense vaccine positions. It is going in that direction to a point where it's just not returning. Like I've tried to give grace and flexibility where we've covered that some, but in terms of tying it back to creation versus evolution, that's what I'm asking for.
It's very easy. He just needs to say there's nothing that I've found in my theology that says that humans live this long.
Hold on, just a second.
Hello. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Shut up. They're listening to me, and they want me. It's my turn to talk.
No, that's not Greg. That's not Greg. It's me. Is it?
Okay,
Greg is my. Just keep relaxed. Give me 1 second. Is it, Greg? Just want to be sure that you knew that people weren't hearing. You were still unmuted. I want to give Kent a chance, and then we'll come back to you, Kent. Or Greg.
Shut me off when it's his turn to talk. Shut him off when it's my turn to talk. I will not continue this debate unless you do that. Okay?
Did you hear that?
Keep stepping on my tongue. Okay?
Kent a chance, and then we'll come back to you, Kent. Or Greg.
Shut me off when it's his turn to talk. Shut him off when it's my turn to talk. I will not continue this debate unless you do that. Okay? I want to keep stepping on.
Right there. Kent has not done that in a debate. I mean, in years. He did it with Horror and Roll. He's never once... Hello. Let me finish just one single sentence. Welcome to my room. I'll bring you on stage in just 1 second. He's never done that in a single debate on Standing for Truth channel. He's only done it twice on Modern Day Debates. All right, I'm like doing a thing. Thank you for coming on stage. How are you? Who are you? Monica. Sorry, I didn't have my
Don't,
I didn't.
baby, baby, you didn't come
Oh,
from any place,
you.
baby, baby,
Let's see here.
baby,
There's
you
gotta be
didn't
a
come
way to
from
do
any
this.
place. I was
There's just
missing
a
you so much,
stop stream. Isn't there a
baby.
pause streaming somewhere?
Mwah, mwah,
There's gotta
mwah,
be a pause
mwah,
streaming somewhere. There's not.
mwah, mwah. Baby, baby Donald, handicap
Start
baby,
the stream. I'm just gonna
handicap
put you
baby,
to the audience.
handicap
Lovely
baby,
boy, feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a
handicap baby.
conversation with you. Lovely boy, how are you? Okay, good. I'm gonna get back to what I was doing. Monica, no. Go somewhere else. You're not coming on stage. I'm doing a thing.
My tongue, okay? Now, if he wants to make vaccines mandatory, he's welcome to preach that. But see, this is the communist philosophy. Government needs to decide. If he thinks they're good for you, great, go take them all. But I don't want to get into that topic. If you see, he could say, well, if you don't take them, it's bad. The kids are going to die. Some kids in the hospital with a brain tumor. You should see the dangers of evolution. He wants everybody to believe they came from a banana or came from a rock and they were a bacteria. We're all related, and there's no God controlling this universe. You should see.
By the way, just a minute. How is that freaking dangerous, by the way? I'm just curious, but we'll continue.
The damage the evolution theory has done. This is exactly what motivated Adolf Hitler, Joe Stalin, Pol Pot in Cambodia, the Khmer Rouge. The Japanese, they started the war. They murdered 17 million Chinese because they thought they hadn't evolved as far. It was evolution, his theory, that he believes, that he thinks should be pushed, that it caused damage all over the world. That's a lot worse than a kid in the hospital with a brain tumor. So no, if you want to talk about the dangers of what I believe and the dangers of what you believe, we can have that debate. I'll be glad to, okay? But no, I'd like to see what's the evidence for evolution. You guys claim I keep using the same chart. I keep using these same tactics, these same charts, because it's true. You know, when I was a kid, I learned 2 + 2 is 4. That has not changed. And it's true that there are variations within the kinds, but there are no examples of going beyond the same kind. None. Did your bacteria ever become a non-bacteria?
We'll
Go ahead,
kick
let
it
him
over
talk.
to
I'd just like to say yes.
Greg. And I'll do the same thing in terms of just ask you to unmute. So there should be a window that pops up, Greg, that'll say if you want to unmute.
Yeah, I've been watching Kent's debates for 15 years, and I've never seen him crash out. So this is amazing. It's a really good opportunity. Sorry, Kent, that you're actually mad about someone actually holding your feet to the fire, about people actually interpreting the words that you say and then making a decision off of them. And obviously, you aren't prepared to defend your ideology and your conspiracies because there are nothing to hold, actually point to. You have no studies. You have no actual scientific evidence for anything that you're claiming. So it's a conspiracy. That is what it is. And I'm going to invite you. Please tell me one technology or one way that you have created from this knowledge that you have, this secret knowledge that only you and this other person has. One technology one medical breakthrough, one something that has come from your ideology and creationism. Please enlighten us.
And that's the thing that he does that's different from every other debate I've ever seen with creationists. I've seen it happen a couple of times, but just in passing. This is going to come up over and over and over, and I applaud Greg for it. Dr. Greg. I'm going to give you the respect you deserve. Dr. Greg. Thank you, Dr. Greg, for doing this debate. You did an amazing job. And pressing on this issue was one of the coolest things that I've ever seen a debater do. Thank you so much, Dr. Greg.
Same thing, 90 seconds.
We get 3 topics on the table again. He does this all the time. I'd like one topic at a time, okay? I don't have any conspiracies. I believe the Bible is literally true. I'm not ashamed of that at all. I think it's true. Okay, if you think you're related to it, came from a bacteria, and you're related to a potato, then you should be proud of it. Stop eating your ancestors or cousins, okay? But as far as, I don't have any secret knowledge. This book's been out for a long time, okay? Probably the best-selling book in the world. No book beats this one, and I think that's secret knowledge about it. As far as one good thing that's happened, well, for example, the Bible says we're supposed to eat.
I'd just like to point out, he didn't ask for a good thing that happened. He asked for a technological breakthrough of some kind of technology or innovation that has come from this kind of thinking. That's what he was asking for. I'd just like to remind everybody of that.
The fruit, vegetables, and seeds, all right? 1 million sailors in the British Army died of scurvy. Just Google scurvy and the scourge.
This is only the third time I've heard this argument, and if anybody knows where it came from, I'd sure like for you to tell me in the chat or something, or not chat, but comment section, if you know where this argument originates from, because I've heard Andrew Wilson, Jim Bob, made by Jim Bob, and now Kent Hovind, and those are three people who should not be listening to the same person. And if this argument came from a single person that exists today, I'd really like to know who it is, because I need to know who that person is. So if you know who that is, where this argument came from, because Andrew Wilson and made by Jim Bob use it a little differently, but essentially for the same purpose. It's just that it seems like Kent Hovind has dumbed it down a bunch, like a whole bunch, but added some details to make it personal. But they came from the same source, I think. I don't think that Kent Hovind heard it from Jim Bob. I don't think that's the case. But if you do know somebody besides made by Jim Bob, Andrew Wilson, and Kent Hovind, because this is the first time I've ever heard him use this argument. If you know somebody else who uses it, please let me know. Leave it in the comments, please. Pretty please. I'd love you for it. Well, I love you anyway, but I might love you more.
It was in the health of people, because they were traveling out to sea for months and they couldn't get back.
Is that Lavender? Feel free to come on stage. How are you? So, I'd like for this one bit of the debate to get played real quick before we get, if you want to have a conversation. Please let me just play this one bit. It'll only take a few minutes.
Vitamin C. So they started taking limes on board, and they called them the limeys for years because they had barrels of limes, and they stopped.
That's the bit that was added by Kent, I think, or the original subject. That's the difference between the Andrew Wilson, Jim. It may not even be Andrew Wilson. It may only be made by Jim Bob, and the Kent Hovind version. That's the only difference right there. He made it personal. Huron, thank you for coming by. Feel free to come on stage. I'd like for this one bit to get played before we have any conversations. If you come on stage, thanks.
Stop dying of scurvy. They could have read their Bible and said we need to fruit, vegetables, and seeds. Oh, these guys aren't getting enough fruit. They could have solved that. But no, you guys would spend $10 trillion of other people's money searching in the laboratory. What's causing this disease? It's a lack of something. Not what's causing it. It's a lack of vitamin C. It's like running your car out of gas, so you rebuild the motor.
Okay, so the way that made by Jim Bob used it was to ask the question if it's possible to solve something, like if it's possible to demonstrate something without an experiment. And he says that it's not possible to demonstrate something without an experiment, and using this as an example. And I'd like to know if there is a common source for this, because when it comes to like creationists, they always copy somebody else. So that's all that I needed to play for now. Lavender, did you want to have a conversation or something else? Are you still around, Lavender? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep playing.
This is dumb. So, if you would but you wish to force this on everybody. That's where it's dangerous. And your religion of evolution is the most dangerous religion in the world. That has killed way more people than vaccines.
Yeah, again, more conspiracy. It's so funny that you use that as an example, considering that humans actually don't create our own vitamin C through evolution. Yeah, it's a pseudogene. Mutations have accrued inside of the vitamin C producing gene inside of our genome. So that is why we actually ate so much fruit with vitamin C that we turned off our internal production of it. So
welcome to the room.
We were eating more fruits and veg.
So I'm watching a debate that I'm kind of interested in, but hey, do you want to have a conversation?
No, it's okay. I can listen to the debate.
So the reason that I'm putting this in my channel is because this was a recent Kenthoven debate on Modern Day Debates. The copy that I'm watching did not come from Modern Day Debate. It came from the opponent's channel, Dr. Greg. I don't know his last name. I've never heard of him before this debate. I actually may have heard of him once, but I still don't know who he is. But he absolutely... I mean, the way that he handled Kenthoven was completely different from the way that most people handle Kenthoven, and it worked friggin' beautifully. And I'm trying my best to steal how he handled Kenthoven to handle young growthers in my room. And I want this debate to be on my channel so badly, but I'm fine with pausing. Well, you're an atheist though, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, is it cool if I finish the? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go into the Q&A. It's just another I don't know, half an hour.
Of course, Donald, go ahead.
Cool. Thanks.
In fact, I'll just be back in some time because somebody just.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll just be back in some time. Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. You continue with your channel. I'll be back soon.
Appreciate it.
Before the Bible even existed, so much so that we actually evolved to not make vitamin C. So again, no technology, no breakthroughs, no knowledge that Ken has about how things are actually working inside the lab, or actually if things that are evolving, what is actually happening. So I mean, Kent, what is happening inside of a viral population as it accrues DNA changes if it's not evolving? What is actually happening there? Please let us know.
All right, I just asked Kent. I just asked Young.
This is a common theme. So what's going to happen? Oh, no. Wrong button. So what's going to happen is that Kent is going to deflect. I've watched this before, so I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. He never answers this question once. Dr. Greg asks this question, I don't know, at least a half a dozen times or more. Kent always deflects, generally to some sort of conspiracy. But evolution has given us so much. Antibiotics, vaccines, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, you don't have ABO blood typing knowledge without a knowledge of evolution. I mean, all we understood is that you couldn't mix two bloods. There were some bloods that you couldn't mix together. That's all we knew. Until we understood evolution. And then we understood how these things worked and why you couldn't mix these bloods together. Before that, all we could do is just test your blood and see which one interacted with which ones, and we would know which blood type to give you. Now we know how those blood types came to be.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back in. I was just
Thank you.
I was just explaining a little bit about what's happening.
To whom? I can't see anybody.
I have a YouTube thing. I'm doing it for the YouTube. Tom, welcome back.
Oh.
And Matt Olive, thank you for coming by. Feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Hello, Matt.
Hey, what's up, Donald and everyone?
Not a lot. What about you?
I'm just having a smoke right now before bed.
Sweet. Bed would be nice.
Yeah, do you partake?
In beds? No, not anymore. So I'm doing a thing on YouTube right now, where I'm watching this debate with Kent Hovind and Dr. Greg. Would you like to stick around while I listen to it, or would you rather have a conversation?
If it's interesting, let's check it out. What's their topic?
So it's supposed to be evolution, and it sticks to that pretty well on one side.
Okay.
Let's see here. Hussein, welcome back. Hussein. I mean, that's as good as I can get as Hussein. So we're good with watching. We're watching the debate, right, Matt? And as far as the other partaking you're talking about, yes. Currently.
Okay. All of the changes we've ever observed in any population, be it microscopic or macroscopic, any changes have been a loss of information or a variation of something that was already there. Now, you said there's been no studies done to support my claim. Let me explain it to you in small words so maybe you'll get it. The Bible says 20 times in the first 7 chapters, animals and plants will reproduce after their kind. Every farmer in the history of the world, not working in a laboratory with a lab coat, working with their hands and mud on their boots, they've observed cows produce cows and dogs produce dogs and cats produce cats, and there's variations, but there's never a change to a new kind.
So I just want to say that I can demonstrate that a dog turned into a bacteria or a single-celled organism. I can demonstrate that, just so you know.
Talk about a laboratory.
That a
it's
dog
worldwide,
turns
and
into
it's
what?
A single-celled organism.
You mean like when the sperm?
No, I mean a dog turned into a single-celled organism, not a dog reproduced with sperm and gamete. A dog turned into a single-celled organism, and the DNA from that dog persists decades after that dog died. So that dog turned into a single-celled organism. Canine transmissible.
Like it was put in a jar?
No, this happened in the wild. This happened in nature. Nature is way more creative than people. Alright, so it's called canine.
That makes no sense.
I know. I'm about to explain it to you. Canine transmissible. Transmissible. Venereal tumor. There it is, right there. It auto-populated. So, canine transmissible venereal tumor is a contagious, sexually transmitted cancer in dogs caused by a direct transfer of tumor cells, commonly appearing as cauliflower-like growths on the genitals, nose, and mouth. Primarily affecting stray dogs, it is highly curable. It is highly curable with medicine.
What's it called?
It's called canine transmissible venereal tumor. Primarily affecting stray dogs and featuring a high success rate. Okay, so what happened was, so this dog got cancer in its germline, and when it mated, that cancer cell was passed on to, I think it was a her to a him.
It's an STD.
But that cancer cell was not a virus. It was a piece of that dog. It was, if you could take that cancer cell and remove it and clone it, you would get the dog that it came from. So it is the dog's DNA. It is 100% the dog's DNA before it started mutating, of course.
That's weird. That it would
Isn't it?
mutate the dog and contain its pre.
I mean, all of your DNA is contained. You have actually two completely different sets of DNA inside each cell. You have the somatic DNA and the nuclear DNA. Timothy, welcome to the room. Feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you. In most cells, there's not all, but most, like 98% or shit. something like that. I spent about.
Yeah, so what's that about? It's like an argument for evolution?
I mean, no, it's a refutation
On a
of what Kent.
mutation?
It's a refutation of what Kent Hovind just said on the thing that I'm doing on my channel right now.
Oh, I see.
I'm watching a debate, and he said a thing. You came in as I was like refuting the thing that he said, but it's just a video that I'm watching. I'd rather talk to you. Timothy, welcome to the stage. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, do you think it's possible for consciousness to learn to interact with the environment itself without physical manipulation?
No. Not without physical manipulation. Even in sight, there's physical manipulation. It's a photon that actually strikes your retina.
True.
And that is a physical manipulation of the retina, which is...
No, that's fair. Maybe physical manipulation is not a good term for me to put in there. Let me
Okay.
take it out. About via other than our five senses.
We have way more than 5 senses, so we're going to have to start with that. I mean, the last time that I looked, it was between 20 and 50.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are some beyond?
So,
the
do you
top
think that...
six?
Do you think there's a thing called the sense of balance?
Oh, okay.
Do you think
I
there's a
see.
thing called the sense of... Oh, what is it called? The disorder is called autonomia. Something where you... So there's this thing... There's this sense of... So this sense is when you close your eyes and you stretch out your arms and you touch your nose with your fingertips with your eyes closed. This the disorder that doesn't allow you to do that is called autonomia. I have it. I know what that means. I don't remember what the sense is called. I could Google it.
It's like your body knows its own position, kind of thing.
In space time, yeah. So that's that's at least 2 more senses. So clearly more than 5 senses, right? And then we have our
Maybe
sense of
an argument could
acceleration,
be
so
made.
that we can sense acceleration, right? So we can't sense constant speed like in an airplane. You don't sense any movement whenever you're at
we don't feel
cruising
speed,
speed,
we feel
but you feel takeoff and landing. So we have a sense of acceleration. So that's an 8th sense. You want me to keep going? So how about just drop the number and just say with our senses instead of the number added to it? I mean,
So
if you just take out the number, your argument is much better. Just say senses instead of 5 senses.
Right, I added numbers so that we could be more specific.
But, I mean, we have more than 5 senses. So it makes
at
your
least
argument
that you
false. It
described.
makes your entire argument false. So if any part of your argument is false, the entire argument is false. That's just...
I got you, Donald.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody want to look up the creator name?
I mean, demonstrate that anything has ever been created.
Yeah, how do you reconcile the difference between things transforming? Like you go to the desert and then you make a car.
I don't need to. There is no problem with things transforming. That's what energy does. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only transforms. So there's no problem with transformation because that's what the universe... That's what is... Hello? Hang on.
People get
One sec. I wasn't quite done. That's what's contained in the universe transforms. That's what it does. So there's no problem there. Now, Matt, what were you trying to say?
I was saying, like, when people die, what you think that they essence, their spirit will like just
Demonstrate
disappear.
essence, demonstrate spirit.
Well, it's pretty hard to do that.
No, it's impossible because they
Well,
don't exist.
uh, definitely, like that tuition feeling when you know you about to do something wrong and you
Feeling. You think of
guilty.
feeling as well. I can explain all
It,
feelings
it,
with
I
naturalistic
mean, it can
causes.
go.
Stop talking for 1 second. I can explain all feelings with naturalistic causes, and you cannot demonstrate anything other than natural causes for feelings. So, what I want you to do is demonstrate spirit or demonstrate, what was the other word they used? Spirit and, crap. Well, just stick with, what?
So I just wanted you to see if you willing to type it in and see what it's about or what it is.
Type what in?
Yeah, ooh,
The Tetragrammatron?
uh,
The
the full
Megatron?
name spelled
Or the
out.
Optitron?
The Tetragrammaton spelled all the way out.
Yeah, you don't think that I've done research into numerology? I spent a year on
Yeah,
numerology. I spent an entire year on
Y
numerology. On
Y
nothing
A
but
H U A
numerology.
H
What?
YAHUAH.
Yeah.
What 10 5 6 5 in your DNA?
It's not there. That's a silly thing to say. Show
It's
me
in 10.
numbers. Show me numbers in DNA, please. That'd be amazing.
Okay, I got you.
Show me a single number in DNA. Just post the link in chat and I'll click on it and I'll put it on YouTube for you. Nadine, or Nadine maybe, feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you.
Do you guys think it's possible for us to develop new senses?
Sure. We can also lose senses. Just depends on how your DNA is expressed.
So, is it possible that right now there are people with different senses?
Yes. Actually, we can demonstrate that there are certain groups of people who have an extra set of cones. Or is
Set
it
of what?
rod? Hang on. Or is it? It's either cones or rods. I think it's cones. There's a certain set of humans right now that have an extra set of cones that can see different colors that other humans cannot. So yes, senses change.
Well, I've heard that.
So it's a very silly thing to ask if you already know the answer to the question. I don't know why
It
you do that.
says
I'm trying
It's
to set up context so we can have a scale progression.
I mean, you already
it's
know that senses can
it says
change. But okay,
it says
Timothy,
I know
what?
10
that, but
5.
I don't know that you know
Hang
that.
on, Timothy, what?
It says 10 5 6 5 DNA
Wait,
breaches
Timothy,
theory.
stop. Do you think I haven't looked into numerology? Do you understand that
No, I'm just saying this
wait.
specific.
Okay, it's a yes or no question. Do you think that I have not looked into numerology, yes or no, and say nothing else?
I don't know, brother.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I should have given that as an option. I apologize. That's a perfectly valid answer. Yes, I have looked into numerology for a year. I'm pretty sure I already said this, so maybe I don't know isn't a valid answer after all. So yeah, I looked into numerology for a year. It turns out that numerology is a feature of Hebrew language that developed long, like we're talking hundreds of years after the earliest portions of the Old Testament were written. So this was not something that was written into the original text. This is something that was added to later. So I don't accept it. It's not valid. Well, I don't think that's the right term for it, but...
Well, that's his exact name in your DNA.
But it doesn't matter because it was added later. The original writers had no concept of numerology. I should say the earliest, not the original, because we have no original text for any scripture.
I,
But
Do you
I don't
think
know
that
nothing
invalidates
about.
it?
I
I
think
don't
it
know
makes it
nothing about.
that you cannot use it for this scripture. You can use it for other scriptures, that's fine. But when this
That's
scripture, excuse me, but when this scripture was written, numerology wasn't a thing in the like Hebrew people.
this not a numerology.
It is
It's just a numerical uh,
numerical
alignment. The alignment. The pattern
alignment,
10 5 6 5 course.
numerical
It's
alignment.
a,
So, but
a
what I'm
repeating
saying
a
is that
repeating structure.
the people who wrote the earliest parts of the Bible had no concept of numerology in any way whatsoever.
This is how I know
Excuse
it's
me,
him.
I had just started a sentence. Any numerology that you put onto the scripture, you
It's
add
not.
it. Excuse me. Can you please let me finish my sentence, for fuck's sake? Just don't talk. Any numerology that you are putting onto the scripture was added after it was written, which means the original writers didn't have any concept of what you're talking about, which means it doesn't apply to those. Now, the Greek writing, if you want to use numerology with the Greek writing, that's fine. But that was hundreds of years after the Hebrew writers wrote down the Old Testament, who had no clue about numerology. Welcome back, N. Thank you for coming by. Now you can go.
All right. These specific numbers is the concordance to his name in
Holy shit.
Paleo Hebrew. It's
Do
the
you
exact
understand what I just
concordance.
said, or are you just completely ignoring me?
I get what you
No, no,
saying,
no.
but
It doesn't seem
that
like you
don't mean
do. Because you went back
that
to
don't.
numerology. So listen.
No,
Listen.
it's not
Hey,
numerology.
hold on, Donald. I want to hear him out too.
I don't want to hear him
Thank you.
out. And if you guys try and tell me what to
Donald
do
do
with my
this all
room,
the
it will
time.
not go well for you. N
Hey, Donald,
audio.
come on, Donald. I'm always
You won't
calm,
share the
cool, and
room with us?
collective.
I'm fine with that, but
Donald
I'm not,
always.
excuse me. I'm fine with sharing the room with you, but I will not allow you to spread lies. Do you
This
understand
is
it?
not lies. If you
It
I
can't
don't want to
bring a
is.
spread
source
Listen,
lies
to
either.
bring,
I can demonstrate that
so you the fact man.
excuse me, I was in the middle of a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I can demonstrate that you are wrong. And if you continue talking after I tell you that I demonstrate that you are wrong, that makes you a liar. An honest man cannot be informed of the truth and continue saying what is not true. That's in the Bible.
Okay, the Bible is not true.
I agree.
You know why? Because it said don't add to the word or take away from the word, and that book been
Yeah, but they
edited by
did it
man
all the time.
plenty
The
times.
Bible's been edited for 3,000 years almost.
No. What I mean
2,800
by that
years.
is the unauthorized edit.
And
You feel me?
it was verbal tradition, which is as useless as stale salt.
That's that's why Lord means bow still today. Lord means
False.
bow.
Lord means L.
No,
Did
it's
you
in the
say Baal
description.
or L?
Yeah,
EL or
Baal.
BAL?
Baal.
No, no,
Baal. It
no, no,
means
no, no,
husband,
no, no. Lord
master,
means
and it
L.
means Baal.
No, no, no. Because you're talking about the King James, right? You're a King James only guy, right?
Nah. See, King James was sweet James. He was a gay man. He was wicked.
So you're not King James. So where are you getting this idea that Lord
No,
means Baal? Because in the Old Testament, in every
it's
English, excuse me, I'm in the middle of a sentence. In every
it's
English,
in the comments,
excuse me, I'm right in the middle of a sentence, man. In every,
brothers. In the comments.
excuse me, in every English translation, El and Lord are the synonymous ones, and Baal is completely different from both.
You know
Excuse
what
me, I
L
was
is?
not quite done. Holy crap, I just had like
Can
3 words left. I just had like 3 words left.
Donald, come on, calm down.
I'm perfectly calm, dickhead.
Okay. I'm a dickhead.
Yes,
Okay.
because I
All right,
had
go ahead.
3 words left and you spoke. That makes you a dickhead.
All right.
Don't do that. If you're
That
if
makes
you're if you're if you're in other rooms and shit, just let others finish unless they're wrong.
Well, why you won't let me ever finish?
You're
Ever. You
wrong
never
a
let me
lot.
finish.
You're wrong a
I
lot. Did
feel
you not
like
hear
you
the last
wrong
thing I said?
about everything I hear
Unless
from
they're
you.
wrong. Maybe I should clarify, and you can demonstrate it.
Who the last people?
You're breaking up. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay. Well,
Repeat yourself. You broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
well,
All you have to do is repeat what you said.
I'm saying L.
No,
El
it's
is
just
short for
EL. It's not
Elohim,
EEL. It's
and
just
AL.
Stop. Stop. You're
Bro,
wrong.
let me
No, you're
freaking
wrong.
talk, bro.
You're wrong. But you're
Oh
wrong.
my gosh.
But you're
You
wrong.
won't let me speak. I can't even say a
But you're
sentence
already
without you
wrong. You're
trying to.
wrong. Stop
No,
talking.
stop
Just
trying to
if you had
intercede.
stopped talking, we'd be done now. If you had just let me do my thing, you'd be done now.
Because you would just be talking in circles.
No,
That you would be
I
just the
would
only one
correct
talking.
you and then shut up. I'll shut up after I
Stop
correct you.
trying to fucking correct me.
Well, you're
Stop trying to
wrong.
correct
Why
me.
the fuck do you want to
Because
continue being
you
wrong?
just don't know.
Why do you want to
You just don't
continue being
know.
wrong? Why do you want to continue
Whatever.
being wrong?
10565 is Yahuwah's name
But
that's in your
irrelevant.
DNA.
That's irrelevant.
Yes, it is.
Why do you want to continue being wrong?
Because his name isn't God.
What?
It's not dog.
But
Backwards.
no,
it's not
you.
dog.
No, I'm
No,
talking about you. Why do you want to continue being wrong?
No, that's Gadriel. That's
What?
a fallen angel. That is not the creator. That's Gadriel, brother.
Why don't you stop preaching?
See, look,
Preachy,
now this childish
preach,
shit.
and it'll give us a good chance to talk.
All right, but come on, man, hurry up with that shit.
A cute little preachy, preach. Nobody wants to hear you preachity preach. Why don't you stop preaching? Preach, and it'll give us a good chance to talk.
That's what you love to hear us go talk the whole time.
Okay, I want to tell you a little thing about this. If you excuse me, if you excuse me, now I'm just gonna move you to the audience. I'll bring you right back up. It seems like it's impossible for you to control yourself. And he ran away. Oh, I'm gonna play the runner song just for fun. Just for fun. Whoa, what happened here? Well, that's not cool. Oh my. Oh, that's all I have to do. Okay. Runner.
Where did you run, oh Christian? Where was the Spirit? Why run from my
Fort Knox, feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation. Welcome to the stage, Fort Knox. You are muted.
Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
Oh, good. What about you?
Well, I mean, I'm always the same. Thanks for asking.
What is God?
That is the question I am asking. Do you
For
believe in God?
me, no. God is a ludicrous fiction run up by inadequates who abnegates all the responsibility to an invisible man.
So we agree, God is fiction. Thanks for coming by. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Well, I think the idea of God will always exist because the
I don't,
believers
I
are
don't,
placing
I don't,
God
I don't
in the
really
next
care.
step.
Excuse me, one second. I'm gonna stop you because I don't care about the idea of God in one at all. And so I don't really care to talk about the idea of God with an atheist. If you don't believe in God and I don't believe in God and N doesn't believe in God, then we don't need to talk about God. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Otherwise, I'm gonna go back to what
That's
I was.
beautiful.
Otherwise, I'm gonna go back to what I
I
was
would
doing.
like to talk about
Other,
ontology,
excuse me. I wasn't quite. I wasn't.
epistemology.
Excuse me. I was not quite done talking. I had.
Fuck off, Donald, your mother's ass, you asshole.
My mother's 93 years old.
These people just come up to provoke you deliberately.
I was not provoked at all.
Mm.
Through all history, every farmer in the history of the planet Earth has observed cows produce cows, and when they try to get a bigger cow, they reach a limit. Take dogs as an example. They've been trying to get bigger dogs, smaller dogs, and now have the teacup chihuahua. You think they'll ever get a dog as small as a bacteria? I bet there's a limit somewhere. There's a big dog like the Great Dane. You think they'll ever get a dog as big as an elephant? You know, there are animals like as big as an elephant, like an elephant. So there are limits. You will not even understand it, let alone see it. There are limits to the variations, and they're already in the gene code. They're already there. God made humans so that one couple can have 10 kids, and all the kids can be slightly different. Some can have red hair, brown hair, blonde hair. They're still human. That's not evolution. That's why I go back to my chart, Dosa, put that up. All we've ever observed is microevolution, variations within the same kind. And I forgot to write down, you talked to me, you said you see me crash out. I'm not crashed out. I'm happy. I'm really joyful, okay? I just hate to see your stupid religion forced on everybody in the public schools, and you want everybody to be vaccinated, and it's stupid, real stupid. Go ahead.
Okay, so what's limiting? What is limiting microevolution into macroevolution? Again, there is no such thing as micro versus macroevolution. There is nothing about that. It's a complete Christian apologetics thing that you've completely made up. That doesn't actually exist. Evolution is a single process that's like saying that I can't walk across the room. Saying like I can walk across the room, but I can't walk across a city or a town. It's the same process. There is no limitation. So please, Kent, since you understand biology greater than any other biologist, please let us know what is limiting within this biological organism that you are talking about, and please elucidate. Tell us what's happening.
Okay.
I'll just be back, Donald.
Much better. Am I unmuted now?
Yep.
First of all, Mr. Gray, I don't need to understand what's limiting it. I think we could say all of human observation says it is limited. So what's causing it, that's not the question. Nobody has ever seen it. See, maybe you don't understand. Science is what we can observe, study, test, demonstrate. We observe cows producing cows. We do not observe them going any farther than that. That's why we have to distinguish. Put my slide back up, Joseph. We have to distinguish what we've observed for all of history is variations within the same kind. But you wish to imagine that it goes beyond that to macroevolution. You believe, I suspect, that cows are related to sunflowers. Mm-hmm. They got them on the chart, all connected with lines. Do you believe students should be required to learn that cows and sunflowers have a common ancestor? Should that be required knowledge that every taxpayer has to pay for? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that's the reality. That's through biology. That's how we understand it. I mean, we pay for your nonsense too. We pay through it by your stuff not being taxed. So that's we pay a societal tax for you to spread this information and for you to spread conspiracies that harm people.
Oh, I don't have any conspiracies that harm people. Nobody has to listen to me. People have to listen to your religion being taught. It's crammed down their throat from kindergarten on. That's forced on them. Talk about forcing vaccines. They're forcing stupidity on kids, teaching them they're related to a banana. and you came from a rock, which came from a dot of nothing exploding, rapidly expanding.
From a rock, again, just nonsense. Again, you're not even explaining evolution because you don't understand evolution. You don't understand how evolution actually works. You have never seen like a proper explanation of evolution by you this entire time. Again, it's just it's more science misinformation that harms people. People are listening to you and they're not taking medical advice from professionals. And people are dying now in the United States right now. We have epidemics, outbreaks of measles, tuberculosis, whooping cough, all this stuff going on. Then you should condemn it. Then you should condemn people like not taking vaccines based off of nonsense of thinking that humans are 900 years old. That should be so easy for you. You should say, this is just a theological argument that I have an understanding of. This is what happened in but this is not a medical argument. This is not what I'm trying to say or push on people. It would be so easy for you just to say that, but you refuse to.
It'd be just as easy for you to say, we've never seen evolution, but we think it happened. Okay, it's a religion. All you've seen is your bacteria change to a different kind of bacteria. That's all dog breeders see. Dogs produce dogs. Some have long hair, long legs, short legs, long tail, curly.
I can demonstrate that a dog produced a single-celled organism. Just once again.
Tail. Always dogs, though. Always. That is science. Science is what we can observe, study, test, demonstrate. What you're doing in your laboratory is religion. You're looking to defend your faith that bacteria can produce a whale if you give them enough time. And you said clearly a minute ago, you don't.
What? 118 Element, feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep watching YouTube. Because this is a debate that I really want on my channel. Alright, we're going with YouTube. This is like the most amazing Kenthoven debate ever.
I believe we came from a rock. Watch this. Earth formed for...
Welcome to the stage. Oh, welcome back in. You're fine with us continuing with YouTube, right? I'm just going to accept that as yes.
0.56 billion years ago, 4.5, it was a uniform ball of hot rock. At first, Earth was a ball of hot rock. Earth started off as a hot ball of rock. Earth started off, let's see, a hot viscous ball of rock. Why don't you call National Pornographic and get them to take that out then if you don't believe it? That's a...
Welcome to the stage 118. How are you?
Hello, Donald.
What?
Doing?
Are you having audio problems?
What is this business about the Earth being a molten ball of lava?
The Earth being a ball of what? Your audio...
Donald,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Sort of.
How's my audio?
Better now. What?
Okay.
You said something about the Earth being a ball of what?
I said, what is this business about the Earth being a smelting ball of lava?
I mean, that happened. Maybe twice. Maybe twice, but I don't think so. What?
What's at the Earth's core? Everybody knows the Earth is hollow.
Alright, if you're just going to keep spouting
Who's everybody?
He doesn't believe any of this. Who's Son? Welcome to the room. Feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you.
Conversation do you want to have with Donald?
Thank you for coming on stage, Hussein. Well, 118, I'd like to talk to theists about God.
You want to talk about God?
Yes, that's like the goal of the room.
What? No, but what is the goal? Is the goal to prove to people there's no God, or are you trying to figure out if there is a God?
I am trying to come to truth.
How do you do that? What is truth?
Well, truth are statements that correspond with reality.
So you're saying that our words mean something, right?
No, I'm saying that if your words do not describe reality, they are meaningless. So it's exactly the opposite of what you said.
But
Weird.
words mean something. Like
No,
these made up concepts mean something if you're describing
no,
reality.
no. They don't
How do
mean.
you how do you use words to
Excuse me.
describe reality?
Excuse me. They don't mean anything even if they do describe reality. All they mean
What's
is.
the point?
Excuse me. I'm trying to answer that very question as you're interrupting me to ask it. If the words that we use describe reality accurately enough,
If.
can you let me finish, please?
I just want to know what
Can
you
you
mean by
can
if.
yes? Can you please let me finish?
Yes, I will, but can you clarify what you mean by if first? What do you mean if they describe reality? What does that mean, if?
You
I'm just curious.
you don't understand what if means.
Well,
What
I don't
if
understand what you mean by it.
have you ever used the word if?
That doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure
It
out what you
does.
mean
It
when
does
you say
matter
that.
because we need to come to an understanding apparently about one of the
Right.
more simple words in the English language. If you don't
It's an
understand
awful big
if
word
you
with only two
excuse
letters.
me, excuse me, if you don't understand what the word if means, you can't understand the sentence I just said. Do you understand the sentence?
Understand it.
Excuse
I'm
me. God,
trying to understand how you say it, how you're meaning it. How are you
that's
using it?
irrelevant. I need to understand how you're using it. You're the one that has the issue with the sentence. So,
Yeah, no. You said if words describe reality,
yes.
okay,
Accurately.
accurately. If they do.
Enough. Accurately enough.
Okay, but what if they don't?
Then they're useless. But even words that do describe accurately reality are useless if you don't understand the meaning of the words in that context. So it's much more complex, which if you hadn't interrupted me in the first place, I'd be done with this part by now.
So wait a minute though, but it's all just like this figment figment reality and concepts that
False,
other
false,
guys
false, false, false,
from the
false, false,
mind.
false, stop, false, stop,
So
false,
so
stop,
wait, how do
false,
you know?
stop,
How do you
false,
know you're
stop, 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 stop,
wrong? Can you stop interrupting?
stop, false,
Stop fucking.
stop, false, stop talking.
Hold on, I'm
Stop
talking.
talking. Okay,
No,
so
you're
what I'm going to
interrupting me.
do
Hold
now is
on.
just move you to the audience because you cannot control yourself. Stop. I'll bring you back up, I promise. You have to stop talking when I tell you to because we have a disagreement. You said something about like personal reality or mental reality or something like that. I need clarification about that. We need to go back to that. When I ask you to stop, it's for a reason. I don't ask you to stop for no reason. Jay Musha, feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you after I talk to 118 for a minute. If he comes on stage. Jay Musha, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm always the same, thank you. 118, welcome back on stage. Jay Musha, I need a minute with 118, please.
No problem. Take your time.
I'll give you a minute with Jay.
No. You and me are going 118. So, Josh, give me a minute with 118. Feel free to come on stage, though. Thanks for coming to the room. So, 118. Do you understand that I need clarity on this thing that you said a minute ago about, like, a personal reality? Is that what you said, or was it something else? It was.
What?
That's why I tried to stop you.
Personal reality.
You said something similar to, which is why I tried to stop you at the time, so that you would understand exactly what you said.
Shit, man. Personal reality.
No,
What
no,
does that
no.
mean?
I don't think it was that. It was something different, but
No, we were talking about words, right? And if they actually mean something. Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Oh gosh.
Bear with me.
I don't know why I
So,
should.
okay, well, whatever. Do it anyways. So if you look out into the world, and we'll call that reality, do you
What?
think that what we are seeing is able to tell us what concepts and words to add to them? For an
You
example, do you
no no
think
no
that when we
stop
look at
stop 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 stop
I was going to give an example.
stop!
Hold on,
Oh
let me
my
give you an
god!
example. So when you look at a volcano, do you think the volcano is telling you that it's a volcano?
I don't think that volcanoes tell, so it's a nonsense question. It's gibberish. That's why I tried to stop you earlier because listen.
How do you know
Oh
to
my
call it a
god,
volcano?
you're talking again. Don't do that. So 118. We need to go back to the beginning. When you said, okay, I want you to repeat the first sentence that you said to me before all of this volcano garbage, all the way back to the very first sentence that you said to me that
The very first
excuse
sentence I
me,
said to you,
excuse
how
me.
are you using the word if?
Yes, that sentence. Okay. So, I need to know how you understand the word if. I'm going to just pull it up on like Google. But I need to know how you understand the definition of the word if. Let's start with that. Jesus.
Well, I never used the word, so.
You've never used the word if. You have personally used the word with
And,
me. Just so you know.
well, if I did,
If you did 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 if you did
if
use
I
that word to
did,
me. If you did if you did. Oh, that's not even right.
did
So
it.
so define the word if
But if
for
I
me.
did,
What?
I didn't use that word. But if I did,
Oh my god, you just used it. Do you not even think about the words
okay,
that you say?
can we just go back? Okay, look, just go back to what you were talking about. Words describing reality. Go.
Humans use words to describe reality. Not all words accurately describe reality. Some words do accurately describe reality, but none of them have any meaning in a different context. Like if a Chinese person says the word tree, it's not going to say the same. It's not going to mean the same thing as if an American uses the word tree. Seems simple.
So how do you translate the word tree from like Chinese to American?
It depends on. So what you do is you learn both languages. You learn the language of Chinese, and then you learn the language of whatever Americans speak, and then what you do is if you know the word for like a coffee cup in Chinese, and you know the word for coffee cup in American, you know what they mean. I'm almost done. Honest, shut up. It's the referent and objective reality
You
that
don't tell me to shut up like that. I'm not a child.
bullshit. Of course you're a child. So it's the referent and objective reality that makes the difference. So whether a tree in Japanese means a coffee cup or a tree in American means a thing that grows out of the ground and gets really tall is context dependent on whatever language you're speaking. And
Right. So
I'll tell you to shut up.
they
I'll
mean
tell
the
you,
same thing.
excuse me. I'll tell you to shut up anytime I
Shut
want.
the hell up when I'm talking right
Well,
now
I
on
mean,
this
I
thing.
wanted to finish my sentence, so the entire sentence I wanted to say was, "I'll tell you to shut up anytime I want."
You tell me to shut up anytime you want.
Oh, here. This is what I'm gonna do now. Is you can like.
Shut the hell up.
Hi, ran. Oh, I have that. Should I play it? Yes, I should definitely play it. I don't even know if he's a Christian. I think he is.
Where did you run, oh Christian?
And that's really all I care about because I really want to get back to the debate. Because this is like the whole reason I'm doing this stream. I even like stopped an earlier stream to start the stream so that I could do the debate like separate in case you got. Yeah.
First
Welcome.
off, if I was gonna say something, I'd say shut the hell up.
Welcome back, 118. And you're gone. Amazing. I have never gone to a Christian stream just to tell them to shut the hell up. Mina, feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Thank you for coming to my room. Hello, Mina. Thank you for coming on stage.
Donald, how are you, my friend? How's it going?
I'm always the same. How are you?
Very good. I will convince you that God exists.
Excellent.
What do you think? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
but I
shit.
can try.
Okay.
I can take a devil's advocate. I can.
Do you believe in God?
You don't know me? I thought we were friends, Donald.
Well,
I used to be Coptic Orthodox Christian, and I became an atheist like 6 years ago.
I have a.
I thought we had a talk.
Excuse me, one sec. I have a terrible memory.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So I'll tell you, I was an atheist for 6 years actually, and the past 2 months something happened to me, so I'm starting to believe in God again. Actually,
why?
That's why I want to talk to you. Weird things happened, like something like crazy. Like
couldn't care less
a lot,
about
not
things
just
that
one.
happened. Couldn't care less. They'll never convince me to believe in any God because all gods have people who have experiences of them. So there's no way to choose which God by experience. So I'm not gonna use it as evidence.
True, you have the right, of course. I'm not using it as an evidence against you.
All right, well then move on to something else.
Yeah, I'm just talking about myself. It's a personal
Alright,
thing.
well
It's not an
then
evidence.
I don't care that you believe in God because you have terrible reasons for believing in God.
Yeah, you're right. I agree to that point too, actually.
Do you have any other reasons for believing in God?
I think it's better for your social life also to believe in God.
Demonstrate that
Look at that.
because if a Mormon leaves the church and they don't move across the country, even if they do that, it doesn't always work, then they are harassed constantly by the church.
Oh, that's true too.
And that's and it's
right.
not just Mormons, it happens with the Catholics too. Catholics freaking
That is true. Even Muslims.
Yeah,
even
Muslims do
will
it.
kill you if you leave their religion. Yeah, that's true.
So the community doesn't work out
Man,
because they misuse the community.
You beat me at every point.
I mean, it's not my fault that religion is so
True.
horrible. It's not my fault that religion is horrible.
I honestly think all religion is man-made.
All
don't
religion
get me
is
wrong.
horrible. It's all coated in blood.
It's all man-made.
Well, of course it's man-made. All religions are also coated in blood. You go back far enough, every single religion today was coated in blood in the past.
True, but I had a theory, Don. I don't think all these people,
our
ancestors, were like
at
idiots.
Best. At best, you have a
idiots.
hypothesis. You made me lose my head.
Yeah, it is.
You made me
I just don't
lose
believe
my
that
head.
all these people. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No, I didn't hear the last sentence. Can you just repeat it, please?
You made me lose my head twice.
Oh, why?
Because you made me talk when I took my hit.
Okay. So I don't know. It just like I was thinking about like all these.
How about we start with? How about we end with? You don't know. Because you're just telling me that you don't know. Listen, you're telling me that you don't know, and then you're telling me all about this thing that you don't know, which makes no sense to me. If you don't know, how can you tell me things that you know about the thing that you don't know?
I did say I'm not going to be able to convince you. I don't have an evidence.
That's not what I'm talking about. That has nothing to do with them. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking. You said, I don't know, and then went on to tell me about something that you don't know. All these characteristics about.
What don't I don't know?
Excuse me.
No, that's not what happened. I don't know things, but I don't know what's in there that made all these people believe. That's what you don't know either. No one knows that.
I do know that.
Why over the years you have like thousands or millions of people, actually
not
billions
today.
of people
Feel free to
believing
come on
that.
stage. Thank you for coming to the room. I mean, I can explain how these things happen. It's actually trivial to explain how religions come about. It's actually extremely trivial. People make up gods. People, religions schism, and every time a religion schism, there's a new religion. It's not even hard to explain. It's easy to explain. Are you kidding me? Do you think?
Can you? I'm sorry. Can you
Listen,
tell me what
listen.
a
One sec. One
schism
sec. One
means?
sec. One sec. One
No, I
sec.
just want to know that
I'm trying to
vocabulary. What
ask
is
you a
schism?
question. I'm trying to ask you a question. Give me 1 second. So,
Schism. I don't know what it
give me
means.
1 second, please. Do you think that 100,000 years ago, Of course he ran. What the fuck? All right. Simon, did you lay on my remote? No. Okay, good.
That's a peer-reviewed journal saying, look, you came from Iraq. Yes, you do believe you came from Iraq. Now stop hiding. Don't be embarrassed about. I know.
No,
We didn't come right straight from Iraq.
Again, no. So it's so funny to me that you were they're so mad about me like bringing up people the direct application of people using your knowledge and what you spewed for decades on this earth, but then the slight but and yet how are you bringing geology into this? How are you bringing Big Bang into an evolution like discussion? It's just, again, you're just misconstruing and you're just slapping evolution on everything, and it's just nothing but conspiracy nonsense.
James, I'm baffled that this has gone 40 different directions. No, I'll take my ground very simple. I believe the Bible is literally true. God created the world. He did it in 6 days, about 6,000 years ago. I don't demand that be taught to all the kids. I think it is true, and I'm going to teach it to everybody I can. But see, mine's all voluntary. Do you work in a laboratory that is government funded in any way? Does the taxpayers have to pay for your salary in some way, or pay for your institution?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you want to continue that, don't you? You think everybody should be forced?
I mean, a lot of our funding's been cut because of Trump. So there you go. There you got your wish. There you go. Yeah.
Good.
I mean,
Shut it down.
Yeah, exactly. Because cancer research. Yeah, that's why we're trying to get cancer research shut down now. I mean, it's just nonsense. Again, and by the way, cancer research and cancer gene therapy is existent because of evolution. Because cancer cells try to out-evolve the immune system that we have, and we, through gene therapy techniques, try to stop the evolution of cancer evolving inside your body. So again, everything is related.
I am so sorry. I just realized, Jay Mushu, are you still around? I totally forgot that you wanted to have a conversation about something.
I'm still here, but I'm outside walking on the road. Just came back from grocery shopping. So I'll be able to talk in a bit. I can listen now.
All right.
Okay.
If you change your mind, just let me know.
All right.
In biology to evolution, and the fact that you think that you know better than the entire field of biology, and yet you have no capability of creating any new technologies, any type of knowledge from that, just shows that you're dabbling in conspiracy, snake oil salesman nonsense, and you're harming people on top of that.
You might not know this. I started World War I too. That's my
You can play it off, but guess what? This is actually happening, and this is actually harming people. Public health is actually being impacted. I mean, you can like hand wave it, but I actually love thy neighbor. I actually care about public health. I actually care about people. Where's your Christianity? Where's your Christianity?
Oh, I use every day. Going off another rabbit trail. I'm still asking the question. Have you ever seen in your research of 14 years watching bacteria swim around, have you ever seen a bacteria produce what anybody would call a non-bacteria? It's just a yes or no. Have you ever seen that?
No.
False. When he said no right there, that's false. We have seen a bacteria produce a non-bacteria. If you define a yeast as a single-celled organism, then yes, we have seen, because we have seen a single-celled yeast turn into a multicellular organism. I think maybe he just either answered too quickly or hasn't seen all of the research, because we have seen both an animal like a dog turn into a single-celled organism and a single-celled organism turn into a multicellular organism? I think he may have just answered too quickly on this one. He actually makes it better later.
Not directly, but we have absolutely new metabolism that's how it works. There is no mechanism, there is no limitation biologically or mechanistically to stop evolution from happening. I mean, we're talking, we have fossils 3.8 billion years ago of cyanobacteria, and then we have basically eukaryotic organisms that evolved about 700 million years. So we're talking about 3 billion years of evolution for a bacteria that goes, that can replicate every hour. So yeah, there's a lot of generations that can happen. And we've seen citrate metabolism evolve in long-term evolution experiments. So that is a new way and a new ability in order to actually use new substrates.
One topic at a time. You just said a minute ago, they found bacteria, 3.8 billion years old. And they're still having bacteria today in the laboratory.
Yeah,
You've never seen.
It's good.
James, shut him off when it's my turn, would you? Okay.
This is the part that I want you to listen to.
You have never seen in your laboratory in 14 years of watching bacteria swim around at taxpayer expense. Okay. You have never seen a bacteria produce a non-bacteria.
So crashing out right now.
But you say it takes more time. But 3.3 billion years ago, they were still bacteria.
Yeah, because
has anybody else ever seen a bacteria ever produce a non-bacteria?
Yes.
There's a lot of people using
He
taxpayer
said it,
dollars to watch
yes!
things swim around. Show me where anybody can show. God said they bring forth after their kind. Bacteria always produce bacteria. That is not legit.
We have actually done the single to multicellular thing with bacteria. Also, we've done with bacteria, yeast, mold, and algae. So yes, whenever he says, "Have you ever seen bacteria turn into something that's not a bacteria?" If you define bacteria as a single-celled organism, yes, we have seen that. Same thing. He answered it right that time. I told you he made it better.
Legitimate reason to connect them on a line and say bacteria evolved into a whale. But you want that to be mandatory teaching, don't you? Go ahead.
Pardon my delay. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, we should have it mandatory thinking, because that's how, as scientists, we create knowledge and technologies that run the entire economy, and we create trillions of dollars of value through our expertise and the patents and the companies that are created from the knowledge that we create. So there's a huge impetus for the government to fund scientific research. So I'm sorry, and honestly, guess what? If you had any way to elucidate any of these mechanisms, I'm asking you right now. I would plan the experiment with you for the next hour and a half, and we could go 50-50 on the patent, and we could split the Nobel Prize. But the problem is that you don't have an understanding of how to actually create new knowledge, because all you're doing is reading a conspiracy pamphlet, and you have no new knowledge that you are actually creating.
Well, again.
This is the bit I said earlier. So this is the bit that I said earlier, where he keeps coming back to this idea of evolution has produced all of these technologies. I am 100% certain that, I'm 99% certain that it is trillions of dollars that evolution produces in the economy. But he keeps coming back to this idea where, okay, let's use your idea and let's come up with some technologies based on your idea, Kent. And Kent always deflects to something else. He will never, ever even come close to addressing this. I've watched the entire debate. He never even comes close to addressing this. He just always deflects. Says, well, there's something wrong with evolution. There's all these conspiracy theories. And to his credit, Greg points all of them out. And Greg, sorry, I said Craig. Dr. Greg points all of them out, and it's amazing. And this is probably my favorite Kenthoven debate. And I've seen at least 90% of every Kenthoven debate done since 1996. there have been hundreds and hundreds, hours and hours each. But this has never happened. The closest that anybody has ever come to doing this to Kent Hovind was Arun Raw. That's it. Every other debate that he's ever done, he's been cool as a cucumber, but this one he loses it so bad. Okay, now we're going to continue.
One topic at a time. You have never seen a bacteria produce a non-bacteria. Nobody has ever seen a bacteria produce a non-bacteria. Let's make it simpler. There are now 500 varieties of chickens. We got about 20 in our science center here. We teach about chickens, or we teach about all kinds of fun stuff at Dinosaur Adventureland. You should come see our science center where we teach real science. Okay,
it's not science.
Okay, this science center that he's talking about, a child drowned there. They housed it was something, I don't remember how old the child was. Something between 11 and 15. Housed this child with a child molester under the same roof, and the child was molested under that roof. And there's other stuff too that I just can't remember right now. But those are like the two worst things, and you can just look that shit up. The child drowned. No one knows why or how. And there was a child housed under the same roof as a child molester, and a child was molested. That child.
There's 500 kinds of chicken. Nobody's ever seen a chicken produce a non-chicken. Never.
That's actually quite false and demonstrably false.
Is there any, I don't want to hear a theory about if we had billions of years. Has anybody ever observed a bacteria?
Chickens were developed within the last, 10,000 years. Not more than 13,000 years. That's well within the range of human, like, kind of history. A kind of human history.
Produce something that anybody would call a non-bacteria. Has anybody ever produced?
False. Yes, we have produced non-bacterium from bacterium. That's fucking a silly thing to say.
Has any farmer in the history of the planet ever seen a cow produce a non-cow, a chicken produce a non-chicken? Where's the evidence for your religion? You want to believe they're all related? Go for it. But teach that in a private school where people want to pay and come learn it. And if people want to pay and go get a vaccine, let them. And if you really believe it should be mandatory,
content warning, anti-vax, content warning.
To North Korea. That's what they do over there. Take me up on it, please.
Okay, since you're such an expert on microevolution, please let's elucidate it. How do you stop a outbreak of a virus that's happening right now? How would you do it? If you have this microevolution expert knowledge that you have somehow created a thought tunnel with a divine creator that knows this better than any scientist, let's just talk about microevolution, since that is you can only talk about one word at a time. So let's talk about microevolution. How do you stop evolution happening within a viral population? What would you recommend?
Okay. If I saw a virus that was killing millions of people spreading across the nation, I would look at all kinds of different things. This is like a diamond, has a properly cut diamond, has 57 facets, 57 ways to look at this thing. I would look and see, have we been...
I just want to note that there is a single cut of diamond that has 57 facets. Other cuts of diamonds have different numbers of facets that are all proper. That was a very strange thing to say. I don't have any idea why he said it. He's completely wrong, which is like par for the course. But hey, we're continuing.
Spraying stuff in the sky, chemtrails, that's causing this problem on Earth 20 years later.
Oh my gosh, chemtrails.
I would look at, maybe they've been putting stuff in our food that's causing this. Shut up. It's my turn to talk, okay?
Shut up. Kent told his debate interlocutor to shut up. Shut up. Shut up. He said shut up in open conversation. This is the open conversation section. He told his interlocutor to shut up.
Cut him off. I would look. You're not even willing to look at that. Oh, the government's never going to do anything wrong. I would look at the evolution theory, which I would go through my video number 1. The population of the Earth today is about 8 billion people. But there have been many people who voted for Bernie Sanders are saying we need to reduce the world's population because humans are causing the problem. Satan was told in the Garden of Eden, someday some seed of the woman's going to bruise his head. And he's been trying for 6,000 years now to kill every human being. When Herod wanted to kill baby Jesus, he killed all the babies. And there are people with your philosophy who say, it's okay to kill people, as many as we can. Kill them before they're born if you want. Kill them if they're sick. Euthanasia. Kill them. Maybe I would be willing to at least look at it. You're not willing to look at it. Maybe this is intentional. Maybe somebody's doing this. Maybe somebody's spreading something in the water, like forcing fluoride on everybody. I don't know, but I'd be willing to look at it. You're not willing to look at it. Your only solution to the problem is more government funding for more research, like to find...
I just want to say this one thing. Conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy. Holy crap. It's a, what is it? A Russian nesting doll of conspiracies. I need to find out the right word for that thing. I have one on my shelf and I don't know what it's called. I should know what it's called if I have it on my shelf. Russian nesting doll of conspiracies. It's messed up.
A way to destroy some bacteria who can't swim anymore. So you're not willing to even look at the other obvious. Maybe it's a dietary thing. The British Navy lost 1 million sailors, died of scurvy because they were busy looking for
here it is again.
Virus, whatever they call it.
This is what I was talking about earlier. This is an argument that I've only heard twice, and the only other person I've ever heard it from was frickin' Jim Bob. There may have been a third Andrew Tate, made by Jim Bob. Andrew Tate may have also said it, but if because Kent Hovind's is so different on such a different topic that I don't think that he got it from Made by Jim Bob. I think Made by Jim Bob and Kent Hovind heard it from a third party that wasn't Andrew Wilson, because if I did hear it from Andrew Wilson also, it was almost identical to Made by Jim Bob. So I think the two of them at least heard it from a third person, and I don't know who that person is. I've never heard, because everybody has all of the well, I'm not going to go into that. I'd like to know the origination. I've looked it up on Google. It doesn't have any good information that I found. So if somebody else is better at Googling, because I suck at it, by the way, I'd love to find the source of this argument, the scurvy argument against science. It's freaking weird. If anybody knows, please tell me.
It back then, what's causing this? It wasn't something causing it. It's a lack of vitamin C. If you ran out of gas, you'd rebuild your engine rather than check the gas tank.
Oh my god, this is so funny, dude. It's like,
and I'll switch it over to Greg.
Again, not a single understanding
What the hell
or
is that
any
good
type
one?
of mechanistic understanding of what a virus is, right? No understanding of how to molecular biology wise, actually.
I apologize. I have to rewind because I don't remember what it was I was Googling.
If I saw a virus that was killing millions of people, spreading across the nation, I would look at all kinds of different things. This is like a diamond, has a properly cut diamond, has 57 facets, 57 ways to look at this thing. I would look and see, have we been spraying stuff in the sky, chemtrails, that's causing this problem on Earth 20 years later? I would look at, maybe they've been putting stuff in our food that's causing this. Shut up, it's my turn to talk, okay? Shut him off. I would look, you're not even willing to look at that. Oh, the government's never going to do anything wrong. I would look at the evolution theory, which I would go through my video number 1. The population of the Earth today is about 8 billion people. But there have been many people who voted for Bernie Sanders are saying we need to reduce the world's population because humans are causing the problem. Satan was told in the Garden of Eden, someday some seed of the woman's going to bruise his head. And he's been trying for 6,000 years now to kill every human being. When Herod wanted to kill baby Jesus, he killed all the babies. And there are people with your philosophy who say it's okay to kill people as many as we can. Kill them before they're born if you want. Kill them if they're sick. Euthanasia. Kill. Maybe there's. I would be willing to at least look at it. You're not willing to look at it. Maybe this is intentional. Maybe somebody's doing this. Maybe somebody's spreading something in the water, like forcing fluoride on everybody. I don't know, but I'd be willing to look at it. You're not willing to look at it. Your only solution to the problem is more government funding for more research, like to find a way to destroy some bacteria so it can't swim anymore. So you're not willing to even look at the other obvious. Maybe it's a dietary thing. The British Navy lost 1 million sailors, died of scurvy, because they were busy looking for what's the germ, what's the virus, whatever they called it back then, what's causing this. It wasn't something causing it. It's a lack of vitamin C. If you ran out of gas, you'd rebuild your engine rather than check the gas tank.
Oh my God, this is so funny, dude. It's like,
And I'll switch it over to Greg.
again, not a single understanding or any type of mechanistic understanding of what a virus is, right? No understanding of how to like molecular biology wise, like actually attack a virus, what a virus is actually doing. And he in that answer, he had no technological advancements or anything else. He's relying on other.
Hey, Jellybean, welcome to the room. Feel free to come on stage. I would love to have a conversation with you. I was trying to remember what it was I was going to Google, and I can't figure out what that was. But hey, I'm just going to go back to the YouTubes unless you come on stage for a conversation. If you change your mind, feel free to raise your hand. You are welcome on the stage.
Scientific, cherry picking scientific advancements and trying to just mad lib these things into a sentence so it makes any sense. Like seriously, your whole thing on how to help a mom prevent her kid from having being protected
Rose.
during a.
Rose, feel free to come on stage. Thank you for coming to the room. I would love to have a conversation with you. Okay.
Viral outbreak is to look at chemtrails and to look at lab leak stuff. I mean, it's just fantastical. I mean, the conspiracies are so layered, one on top of one another. It's just it's fantastical, man. It just goes to show that you have no actual understanding of what's going on here.
Well, I'm glad you know everything I think and teach. Okay.
Donald?
Do you believe?
Hey, yes, what's up?
Yeah, so many times these theists they say that God is a necessary condition,
Precondition. Necessary
yeah,
precondition.
precondition for the universe, because nothing something cannot come from nothing, so there has to be a starting point. And the only counter argument I have for that is
Wait, hang
that
on.
that
Okay, no, finish up.
yeah, so the only counter argument I have to that is that the same condition would apply on God, because if
No.
okay,
The question itself is self-defeating. It's contradictory. So
yeah, so can you
ask the question again. The original, the thing that the theist says.
yeah, so they say that God is a necessary precondition because it is not possible, according to the laws of physics, for something to come from nothing. So the universe could not have existed without God bringing it into existence. Now,
Well, hang on
what I
one sec. No, I don't listen. So, what did God make the universe out of?
um, I guess whatever the matter is, matter, which keeps
No.
changing though.
Stop. They will say nothing. If you ask
Yeah.
that question to them, they will say, God made the universe out of nothing, or His breath,
Okay.
or His words, or sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Words. Yeah.
Yeah, all of these things are nothing. So if they say that the universe that nothing cannot spawn something, then they
Mm-hmm.
have to explain what God made the universe out of. Because they will say every time and will defend it nothing. So the question is contradictory.
Yeah, but then for them that proves God, that God is the
No.
only being capable of doing something like that. I mean, and then you're stumped because you don't know how to answer that, or
I
at least
mean,
I don't know how to answer
then
that.
what they have to do is demonstrate that God can make something out of nothing.
Yeah, that's just an assumption they make.
Yeah, but they have to demonstrate it to like
Yeah,
convince me of it. So if
yeah.
they cannot demonstrate that God can make something out of nothing, then I don't accept it. And it's proper to deny it until they can demonstrate that God can make something out of nothing, especially since they espouse it's impossible to make something out of nothing.
Mm.
It is self-defeating contradictory question.
Okay.
You don't have to go into theology. You can just stay inside the question they asked you. Mermaid, welcome back. Thank you for coming by. If I'm gonna invite you again, just in case the other one went away. Feel free to come on stage. I think Mermaid just likes is either not able to come on stage for like environmental reasons or just likes to listen. I'm not sure how many times Mermaid has come on stage. Am I even following Mermaid? Let's see. Yes, of course I'm following Mermaid. Mermaid has been here before. Alright, back to Kentovind, and did you understand what I said, or did I need to clarify more?
No, I did, of course. Of
Oh,
course I did.
is it alright if I get back to the debate?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, Aravend Rayo? Thank you for coming on stage. I appreciate you coming to my room. How are you today?
Hey, thank you so much. Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm always the same. Thank you for asking. So hey, let's see here. Have you ever been here before? You may never have been here before. Is this your first time?
Yes.
So, just because of the room, I need to ask you a question. It is, do you believe in God?
Yes.
Why?
Good question. So
Thanks.
I
I
read
know.
the room description, convinced me if God exists. So here is the thing. I've never seen God. Neither any of
I've never seen dark
our friends.
matter. I've never seen dark matter, but I can demonstrate that dark matter exists. So, why do you believe in God though?
So I think there's a superpower
Why?
that is, yeah, because
Wait, but why do you
how do
think
you,
that there? Hang on. Why do you think that there's a superpower? You're moving forward too fast. We need to stop. So, why do you think there's a
okay.
superpower?
How do you think we are here in on Earth today? How do you
That
think the solar system
that
and
oh my.
planets and
Okay,
human evolution happened?
we're gonna have to go one question at a time.
Mm.
So, all of those things, I'm gonna answer the same way. It happened naturally. Can you demonstrate something not natural that happened? Jefferson, welcome. Feel free to come on stage. Please give me a minute. I'm in the middle of a conversation though. Before you do your stuff, I promise I'll let you do your stuff. Just give me a minute. I'm in the middle of a good conversation. Thank you. Eravine, Rayo. Why would I believe that there's a superpower? Why do you believe there is actually? I'd rather know why you believe there is a superpower.
Good question. I think this is like a difficult one to answer.
Sure.
Like this is,
Yeah, it's difficult
this is
because you can't
actually.
demonstrate that there's any kind of superpower. Unless, I mean, how do you define power? Okay, Jefferson, maybe your turn for a little bit? Arvin seems to be thinking. That's fine. Jefferson, you want to go for a bit? I appreciate you giving me the time. It's your turn now. It was very kind of you. See, Jefferson can be reasonable. But I mean, it's your turn now. I mean, you might have been distracted. It's okay. Aravan, whenever you're ready to talk, just let me know. Until then, I'm gonna keep watching YouTube. But let me know when you're ready to talk again. Also, Jefferson, whenever you're ready, it's your turn. I appreciate you, Jefferson.
Listening to you, and you ought to go to North Korea. You'd love it over there. The government makes everybody do everything they want. Okay,
Oh my God.
That makes me sad that Aravan left. That makes me very sad. Jefferson, are you around? Alright then. Whenever you're ready, Jefferson, it's your turn. Unless there's like an actual conversation going on later, because, time passes. But hey, man. I love it when you come by.
Really will, okay? I'll take up an offering. We'll get you over there. Now, I think all I said was we should be willing to look at all the options. When they give like a COVID vaccine or something like that.
See here. Oh, never mind. I don't think anything changed. Might have just been me being silly. Unless Mermaid came back. I don't know if Mermaid ever left. Alright, it doesn't matter. Ow. I've messed up my computer now.
And thousands of people die recently after that. I'd be willing to look at maybe there's something wrong with this, okay? How many people have died from vaccines? I'm not the expert on vaccines, but a lot of people have do research
Content
on that.
warning.
We're killing people with this. We're not helping them. We're killing them. So look at the mad cow disease.
Oh my God.
This goes into a whole new field, okay? I don't want to go down that rabbit trail. I thought it was a debate on creation evolution. My point stands. Nobody's ever seen a bacteria produce a non-bacteria. You're the world's expert on bacteria. You watch
That's a false statement.
them swim around, dive off the board, all that kind of stuff. Has anybody ever seen a bacteria produce a non-bacteria? You haven't seen it. Nobody's ever seen it. The ones they found 3 million.
He's muted. The guy's muted. That's a false statement. Yes, we have seen bacteria make not bacteria. That we have done.
Years ago, we're still bacteria. 3.8 billion years ago. There's no bacteria. There isn't this change that you believe happened. We don't see bacteria becoming whales in trillions of steps. You believe it, though, and you're going to divert it to a new topic right now. Go ahead, your turn.
Kick it over to Greg. Go ahead, Greg.
No, let's talk about bacterial evolution. That you're such an expert on it again. So the bacteria.
This is my favorite part of the entire debate coming up right here.
Causes disease too. MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. How do you stop MRSA from spreading?
Oh man.
How do you?
Well, Lucien, feel free to come on stage. Thank you for coming to the room. How are you? I cannot hear you.
Hey, how you doing, Donald?
You know I'm always the same. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for letting me up.
Hey, you're always welcome here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just want to remember you are a Christian, right?
I am, yes. That's right.
Thanks.
That is correct.
So, why do you believe in God?
I don't know. The honest answer is I don't know. It was never a conscious choice.
So, do you think it never had a beginning?
My belief?
No. We're talking about your personal belief right now. Do you think
my personal belief.
Do you think it never had a beginning?
There must have been.
Oh.
There must have been. Yes.
So when do you think that started?
I think when I was quite young.
Quite young, but not birth?
Yes. Not at birth, no.
You were not born with the knowledge written on your heart by God?
It perhaps it may have been, and I discovered it, or it was cultivated. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Wait,
Actually.
it cannot be both. Do you have
It
any
cannot be.
Wait, 1 sec. Do you have any way of telling the difference?
I mean, there's clues. There's clues.
Well, I mean, do you have a process for telling the difference between, like,
cultivation and discovery?
well, I was gonna say God writing and God not writing, actually.
God writing, like as in like
Like on
writing
your heart,
words,
writing it on
like
your heart,
writing.
and
Oh,
not
uh-huh.
God writing it on your heart, and the rest of the stuff.
Well, you know, if you get into that, it gets into the
No,
difference
I don't want to
between
get into that. I
denominations.
want to stick to either God writing it or God not writing it. That's what I asked.
Okay.
Can we stick with what I asked, please?
I mean, I've got some thoughts about what it might be, but no conclusive answers.
Well, what if I did have conclusive answers? Would that make
Well, I would
okay?
say
So
that's
what
possible.
I want to ask,
Uh-huh.
if your not conclusion is evidence for God, is my
I never said it
conclusion?
was.
Excuse me. Wait, you
I never
did.
said it was, though.
You did. I asked you
No, I
for
didn't.
evidence. Excuse me. I asked you for evidence, and we ended up here. So this is your evidence. Your evidence is a
No, it's not.
Your evidence is a
No, it's not.
Your evidence is a non.
It's not, though, Donald.
Then why won't you let me finish my sentence?
Because it's incorrect. Your statement's incorrect. I'm correcting you. I never said
It's
this was
a
evidence
question.
for it. Yeah, but it's not evidence
You're
for it. I never stated
correcting
that.
my
You're putting words in my mouth.
question. You're correct.
Okay, what's your question?
I don't even remember anymore. But what we were talking about
Thank
was.
God. Donald, this is not interesting.
Okay, why are you here? Why are you here?
I just wanted to check up on you.
Okay, well, I'm like in the middle of something. Do you want to continue chatting about God, or can I continue with what I was doing earlier?
No. You could continue with what you were doing earlier.
Awesome, thank you.
The evolution of MRSA that's happening right now, Ken. Give us your mechanism of how you understand it, since you are such an expert on microevolution, which doesn't exist, but this is all you can talk about. You can only talk about this small little thing. So let's dive in. I'm in with you. I'm in this pseudoscience microevolution BS that you're peddling, and I'm asking about your own claim about microevolution, and you are not able to substantiate or understand or say or talk about it without bringing up even more conspiracies and pushing even more pseudoscience.
Okay, by the way, James, I am slightly animated because I love doing this kind of stuff. I feel like Muhammad Ali in the ring, okay, or Mike Tyson ready to knock this guy out. Okay?
You're crashing out. You're running afraid.
No, I'm not the least bit afraid. Let's do that. Let's do a debate every night with you. And call in every night. One topic at a time.
I'm down.
Every night. I'm not the least bit afraid.
So this is going to be a trend from now on. In one of the deflection mechanisms that Kenthoven is going to be using from now on is going to be let's do a debate all the time. Let's debate this some other time. Yeah, I'll talk about this thing another time.
Are you upset?
So I stand my ground.
Donald, are you upset?
No. I was laughing.
Oh, was that at me?
I was laughing while I said that thing. Why would you think I was upset? I'm still laughing.
It sounded passive aggressive.
I don't know what that means, but okay. You're wrong.
Was it directed at me?
No, I've been doing a commentary on this debate for 3 hours.
I came in the middle of it. What's this debate?
I told you that when you got here. Ebby, welcome. Eli, welcome. Feel free to come on stage. Eli, the Inquirer. Oh, that one left. So, Eli, feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation. And he's gone. So, and Mina, welcome to the room. Thank you for coming by. Feel free to come on stage. I'd love to have a conversation with you. But yeah, Lucian, I told you that when you came in the room, if you had listened to me. It was like the first thing that I said to you, maybe the second thing that I said to you when you came into the room. Then we spent like at
No,
least a half an hour talking. Maybe 20 minutes.
no, I didn't catch any of that when I came in.
Sure.
What's the debate about?
It's an evolution debate between Dr. Greg and Kent Hovind on modern day debates. But I got this, what I'm watching now is from Dr. Greg. So if there are any copyright strikes that happen, it should happen from Dr. Greg. And I'll just let them
Okay.
go and remove the, I'll just remove the thing. I won't contest any copyright strikes from Dr. Greg. But if Kent Hovind tries to copyright strike me, I absolutely will challenge it, because this is from Dr. Greg. This is not from Modern Day Debates. This is not from Kent Hovind. This is from Dr. Greg. Dr. Greg is the only person that I will just roll over and take
Take
a
it up the ass
copyright strike. Well, I'll take a copyright strike because technically this is his content. I mean, I'm altering it, but I'm leaving huge chunks of it unaltered because it needs context.
Okay. Who's winning so far?
Kent Hovind has never won a debate ever. So it's the other guy.
Kento what?
Kent Hovind. Kent.
Kent
like
Hovind?
Bent Kent.
Uh-huh.
Hovind.
And he's a Christian or what?
He is a Christian, yes. He's a young earther. He thinks the firmament used to exist but doesn't anymore. Still thinks the Earth is a globe, but thinks that the flood happened 4,000 years ago. And
4,000, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. He thinks the entire universe is only 6,000 years old.
6,000?
Yeah, well, give or take.
But there's so much evidence against that.
Well, of course, but he ignores it because he's an apologist. Apologists ignore evidence.
Why is that?
Because they are defending a belief. They are not they're not following the evidence.
Is that okay?
I don't think so, but if they want to do it, I'm not going to tell them to stop, except that I think that they should not put it in our schools, laws, or government.
It seems a bit radical.
Because it's an opinion. No, because it's an opinion.
It's an opinion.
Yeah, and schools, laws, and government should be run on facts.
I'd agree with that.
He doesn't have facts.
You don't think so?
I hear an echo. No, I can demonstrate it.
Well, let's get back to it.
Okay, cool.
If you want me to, how would a virus breaking out or something going?
Sorry, Donald. Can you just tell me which voice is who?
Okay. I'm going to rewind it 10 seconds, but the voice that was being said while I paused it was Kent Hovind. Have you ever heard Kent Hovind before?
It's my first time hearing the name, actually.
Okay. He's a fairly prominent young Earth creationist. He thinks that...
Is he the guy who rebuilt the Ark or something?
No, that's Ken Ham.
Oh, okay. Okay, different guy.
This guy, Kent Hovind, is the one who went to prison for 20 years for tax evasion and then evaded a year in prison for domestic violence after throwing his wife against the floor.
What? Sounds like a real jerk.
Well, I mean, he runs a child amusement park where one child drowned and another child was sexually assaulted by an adult.
At an amusement park?
Well, no, at his compound that was given to him for free by the state of Atlanta, I think.
That guy sounds like a real jerk.
He's more than a real jerk. He's a criminal.
Why does he have so many followers? I don't get it.
Because he has charisma for some people, but I mean, it's not so many. He doesn't have so many. There's not a lot of followers of him anymore. He's kind of. This is like his like comeback on modern day debates, which is kind of weird. But I like that.
Interesting.
I
Maybe
like that. I
they're
like
just
that.
content
I
farming.
like that. I like that. An actual doctor came on to debate him. I like that a lot. It shows
Uh-huh.
that the scientific community is finally saying, okay, the general public is not doing a good job of refuting these people, but you know,
Hmm.
all it took was Gutsy Gibbon, Forrest Valkai, and Arn Raw to.
Can you tell me a little
Excuse
bit
me, I'd
about
like to finish my
the
sentence real quick.
doctor?
I'd like to finish my sentence real quick.
It's getting a little boring.
I don't care. So all it
Okay.
took was these three people that I just named. Now I have to rename them: Arn Ra, Forrest Valkai, and Gutsip Gibb.
Armor, Forest Valkyrie.
Excuse me, please let me finish my sentence.
I'm trying to remember their names.
All you have to do is not talk for 5 seconds. I need 5 seconds, honest.
Forest Valkyrie.
So all it took was those three people to
What are the names again?
to inform.
I just wanted to write it down.
To inform hundreds, even thousands of people, and it worked. It worked great. So, real quick, Aurora, thank you for coming to the room. Feel free to come on stage. I sent you an invite. If you want to come on stage, just raise your hand or accept the invite. So, Lucian, what was the important thing that you had to say while I was speaking for 15 times of you interrupting? Maybe only 10.
Can you tell me the three names
Yes.
again?
Forrest Valkai, Gutsy Gibbon.
Can you pronounce it a little bit better? Forrest Valkai?
Yes.
His name's Forrest, like Force?
No. Like the thing
Like
that
Forrest
you.
Gump.
Oh, Forrest.
Yeah,
Forrest
Valkai. I said that.
Okay.
And
And
Gutsy Gibbon.
how do you spell that?
You don't know how to spell gut? G-U-T.
Like G-U-T?
Yes.
His name is Gut?
No, it's a female. Gut.
Okay.
Gutsy Gibbon.
Gibbon, okay.
Gibbon like the monkey.
Gutsy Gibbon.
Might be an ape.
Okay.
I don't know if it has a tail or not. I think it has a tail. I think it's a monkey. And then the
Can I
other
just
one.
say,
What?
can I just say real quick, the Ark Encounter is in Kentucky.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't talking. I don't think I was talking about the Ark.
No, I mentioned that earlier,
Oh,
but you
okay.
said that was a different Kent. Yeah.
I thought you said it was
But
in
thank you for
Atlanta.
that.
No. Ken Ham.
No.
No. I was talking about a different thing. I wasn't talking about the Ark Encounter.
Yeah, it wasn't about the Ark.
But
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Ken and Kent are different things. Ken Ham. Kent Hovend.
Kenthoven.
Ken Ham.
Ken Ham.
There is no T. So it's Ken.
No shit.
They're both Ken, but Hovend has a T.
Gotcha. Okay, and then what was the last person's name?
Aaron Raw.
Wow, their names are so weird.
I don't care.
Aaron Raw.
Aron Aaron space big R-A.
Isn't that just Aaron?
No, Aaron has 2 A's.
Aaron Raw.
Aaron Raw.
Gotcha. And so, can you tell me about the person that the Kent Hovind is debating? Dr.
No.
What did you say his name was?
Dr. Greg. This is the first time I've ever heard of him. I've never heard of him before.
You don't know who he is? Okay.
No, I don't know who this guy is, but he's a doctor.
Is he pretty good?
In this debate, he was amazing, yeah.
Doctor
but I know
what,
nothing about him outside of this debate.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay, so let's pick off where we left off.
except that he, well, I mean, this was inside the debate. He has been a lab researcher for 17 years, I think is what he said.
Okay.
And he's got
Wow.
at least one PhD. I think he said maybe more than one, but I'm not sure about that.
So he hasn't really touched grass in 17 years.
No, that's not at all what that means.
Oh no.
Do you think that a lab tech stays in the lab 24 hours a day, or do you think that that a lab, sorry, researcher, he was a PhD researcher, not a lab tech.
Uh huh.
That's my apologies. I demeaned the
Uh huh.
person. So
It's more of an
can
it's
you
more of an
not speak
expression.
for
No.
right now? Can you not speak for right now,
No.
please?
This is a
Okay, then
conversation.
I'm just gonna move you to the audience because I need to finish my sentence. So I'll bring you right back up, I promise. So he is a, oh, you ran away because you couldn't let me finish my sentence. Amazing.
I'd be willing to look at something more than you're willing to look at. I'd be willing to look at our food, maybe something's in our food, maybe something's missing in our food. You know, back when they invented, when they found out that when they baked bread, it would go bad. After a couple of days, it would go bad. They said, what's making the bread go bad? So they started taking out of the wheat vitamin E and lecithin and omega-3 fatty acids. And the bread started lasting much longer, and heart attacks began to rise. Maybe there's a connection. The Bible says that we're supposed to have daily bread. The Bible says in Psalms, bread strengthens a man's heart. Heart problems went crazy when they modified the bread to make it last longer. Maybe there's a connection. Maybe not, but maybe there is. You will not even be willing to look at it. You'd rather spend government money to make everybody get a vaccine so they don't get a heart attack. I'd be willing to look at, maybe we should look at vitamins, lack of vitamins causing this. I don't know. I'm not the world's expert on it, but I think we should look at it. You're not even willing to look, are you? Go ahead.
Get over to Greg.
The only reason that you even know about vitamins is because of science and because the scientific method has elucidated what vitamins and proteins and enzymes are. You have no understanding of it with your creationism, pseudoscience nonsense, and you're trying to, again, cherry pick this mad lib ideology, and you're not able to actually, all you said is that all I understand is microbial evolution. All I understand is antibiotic resistance. And I am literally sitting here in your space, in your microbial evolution space, and you are not able to understand anything about how antibiotics works, how vaccines work against these microbial hosts. You're not able to understand or actually give any knowledge about it. You're daisy chaining these conspiracies together as if that it actually means anything or if it creates any type of knowledge. Again, you have no knowledge of the thing that you are talking about that has that is actually happening. You're saying it's only microevolution, and I'm like, let's talk about microevolution, and you're like, let's talk about bread, let's talk about vitamins, let's bro, like, what do you, like, can you just, like, actually engage with anything that you're actually talking about and talk at an expert level about anything?
No, I'm really stupid. I'm the dumbest guy on the planet. I can't talk about it. Boy, then when I swear, look at that squirrel. Look at that. No. I'll debate you anytime, every day, one topic at a time.
You won't.
Okay? I will.
You won't.
I'm offering. Will you do it? Will you debate me tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. James, set it up. Okay?
Yeah, let's do
And
it.
the topic will be, where has observed change in bacteria led to anything non-bacteria? Where has anybody observed this? I pointed out nobody's ever observed cows produce non-cows. Nobody's ever observed cats produce non-cats or dogs produce non-dogs. Nobody in the history of the world. Talk about a laboratory. Trillions of examples, maybe not trillions, billions of examples of dogs producing dogs. Where is the logical justification for having a chart with the dog connected to a petunia? What is the justification for you believing all students should be forced to learn dogs and petunias have a common ancestor? Why on earth would somebody want to be forced all the kids to learn something so dumb? Why?
We'll go. Sorry about that, Greg. If you haven't yet, folks, hit that like button and then. Oh, Greg, you're ready. Go ahead.
Again, I'm just asking, please explain microbial evolution. If that's all you understand about evolution, let's talk about microbial evolution. Explain to me the process of how antibiotic resistance evolves within a bacterial population.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One bacteria, the DNA code in one bacteria is more complex than the space shuttle. One bacteria, the DNA code is mind-boggling in its complexity.
Nope.
That DNA code is able to produce a variety of baby bacteria that have, some have blonde hair, blue hair, green hair, whatever, okay? But they're still bacteria.
Blue hair about bacteria?
Oh, it's a joke. Shut up. Shut his mic off, will you? Find somebody intelligent for the debate next time, please. Okay. But listen, we observe varieties of bacteria. Sometimes they're able to do something new because they lost information. Sometimes there's never a gain of information. You can't show me one example where a bacteria has gained any information, new information. It's a recombination of sometimes misspelling words. Okay, but baby bacteria are produced by the mommy, or sometimes it's what type of reproduction it is. But I don't know. I forgot which one bacteria you use. But I think there's both kinds of those. Who cares? So bacteria have always produced bacteria. You've watched them for 14 years and never seen it otherwise than that. But you believe that's evidence that whales are related to strawberries, and we came from a bacteria. And that's where you don't see that you're dreaming. You live in SpongeBob world. Just imagine if we had billions of years. Yeah, just imagine. This is insane. And you want to force that on all the kids. No wonder they think there's 57 genders. It's what you're teaching is dumb. If you think there's more than 2 genders, you and Bernie, I'll pay you $20 to come milk our bull. I want a video of you flying over the fence. Okay?
Okay, so then how does bacterial resistance evolve if no new information is created? Explain the mechanism to me how bacteria evolve resistance. If they can just evolve kind into kind, or whatever. Again, that's not a biological term. Again, it's another pseudoscience, Christian apologetics nonsense that you're conspiracy pushing. Again, but let's just. I'm in your wheelhouse, man. I am. This is Sunday school, and I'm asking you, Kent, how does microbial evolution work? How does bacterial resistance work? How does that new information, which is the resistance to bacteria, to a molecule, evolve within the bacteria? Explain that to me.
Okay. If you really want an answer, I know you do not want an answer, but if you really did, no, you don't. Institute for Recreation Research, put my slides up, Joseph. Institute for Recreation Research in Dallas, Texas, ICR.org, has many articles on this very topic. Antibiotic resistance in bacteria shows adaptive design. They already had the information in there. They're able to produce a variety. The DNA code contained information that allowed them to become resistant to these things. It wasn't a gain of information. There's all kinds of articles about this. Antibiotics are tiny chemicals that kill bacteria. There's all kinds of stuff on, let's see, John Morris did one back 26 years ago, articles, Dallas Hospital, thwarts evolving bacteria. There's lots of articles, if you care to read them, about the fact that all we've ever seen with bacteria becoming resistant to certain drugs or something, bacteria resistance, is a loss of information. Did you know if you cut everybody's arms off, you couldn't handcuff them? Yeah, look at that. We can't handcuff these people. They gained.
I can disprove that. All you have to do is, instead of having like a wrist cuff and another wrist cuff, you have a wrist cuff and a belt cuff. This is a very silly thing to say.
Freedom. No, they lost their arm. All bacterial resistance, antibiotic resistance, is a loss of information. They didn't gain anything. But you think that is an example of what it's required to turn a bacteria to a whale. If we had billions of years. Of course, we can't see it. It's not science. It's not observable. It's imagination. Just think, wow, these bacteria are resistant to this disease. Wow, this medicine. Okay? Wow, that's proof we're related to a strawberry and we came from a rock. You don't see it. I'm sure you won't see it, okay? You don't want to see it because this involves admitting that there's a creator. And if there's a creator, there might be some rules. And if you don't like God's rules, build your own planet, do whatever you want. This is his planet. He's going to be the judge. I'm here to help.
I actually know the process in which a person could create a planet if you had the right conditions. Ask me about it later.
Help you. I really, James, not James. I really, Greg, would like to help you. You're going to die one day, so am I. Then all these arguments are not going to matter, except where are you going after that?
Okay. so you have.
So you think you're going back to Stardust? Now we're on a new topic. I'm sorry.
No, we're staying on it, dude. We're staying on bacterial resistance. Yeah. Okay, so you sequence a bacteria, okay, and then this microevolution happens that now the resistance to this antibiotic, and we sequence it again. So we sequence it before and sequence it after. What is lost?
There is some DNA code that is lost. Check it out. It's always a loss of DNA information that causes this resistance. Show me where did they gain it? Show me where they gained some, and exactly what did they gain? Did they gain new strands of DNA that are able to brand new strands, brand new information? It's like scrambling up words in a book. Could you type Hamlet and misspell a bunch of words and turn it into the Bible? No.
Yes! You actually can! I looked it up. I used freaking AI even. I looked it up. Yes, if you duplicate Hamlet enough times to get the same word count as there is in the Bible, which it's a huge difference, by the way. Like, Hamlet has like 80,000 words, while the Bible has like 800,000 words. But if you duplicate Hamlet enough to get the same amount of words, or like pretty close, like within 25,000 words or something, you can actually duplicate the Bible from Hamlet. He's wrong again. That took me about 3.5 minutes of research, by the way.
All you see is resistance. The resistance is because of a misspelling or a change in the DNA that was negative. In the normal population, it wouldn't survive. But in the presence of this, disease, it works. This is something ICR, Ken Ham, his research crew's done a bunch on that. But I'm the most dangerous one. I'm honored that you think that, okay? And I'm worried that people with your philosophy are going to say, well, we got to shut Hogan up. Let's go shoot him like Charlie Kirk or something,
Fuck you.
I'd hire it done. So, but do bacteria evolve resistance to antibiotics? John Morris wrote a great article. Yes, they do. But it's because they lost information. They're still a bacteria. Where has a bacteria produced a non-bacteria? Where?
Go ahead, Greg.
Okay, so again, what would your hypothesis be for what the DNA loss would be if you had a bacteria and then you go through an antibiotic resistance and you sequence it on both sides? What would your hypothesis be on the piece of DNA that's missing? Why would you be missing DNA? Like, what do you talk? Like, I don't understand. Like, what is your hypothesis here? That we could literally test this. We could test this by sequencing. We could understand. This would be a very easy experiment for us to do. I would even publish this like with you in regards to this ICR news blog thing. I guess we could do it. I mean, I'm telling you, I could help you like publish this information. So let's work out the experiment. What information is lost?
Okay, would you in your laboratory get a bacteria, extract some of the DNA, which is incredibly complex, clip half of it off, just clip half of the DNA code off, deoxyribonucleic acid, clip half of it off and throw it away. Would that bacteria survive and reproduce?
No.
No, why not? It lost information, didn't it?
Yeah.
Could you clip off a little bit? Can a person lose an arm and still live? Yeah. Can they lose their head and still live? No. Can a bacteria lose a little bit of information and still live? Yeah, no problem. Can it lose a bunch? No. All that we've seen is losses of little bits of information that now it's resistant to something, resistant to a certain drug. It's not a gain of information. Show me where it once gained something information.
Well, new protein would be made, so it would be a gain of information inherently.
Okay. Well, we need to have. I didn't know the debate was going to be on this tonight either. But
oh my God, we're talking about your evolution. We're talking about evolution. We can't even talk about that. Are you serious? Kent, you are running so afraid right now. You are running scared, bro. You literally have been debating the same thing for 20 years with the same slide deck, and you can't even answer basic questions about your own philosophy.
I have answered it clearly.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. I'm asking you, how? Like, what is missing if you sequence it both times?
Okay,
you tell me. You tell me. You're the one that looks at them swim under the microscope.
It's your hypothesis.
You've looked at it. Where you've looked at it for 14 years, and I helped pay for that involuntarily. What did you see that caused a bacteria to become a non-bacteria? Have all your bacteria always made baby bacteria? All of them? Everyone?
I know you're running from this microevolution thing because
running.
you can't explain it because it doesn't make any sense because there is a gain of information because it couldn't be an antibiotic resistance before and now it is. So I'm curious what the DNA change is in order for that to happen. You could do this is a very simple sequencing experiment.
As I said, I don't have to tell you what caused it. I can tell you nobody's ever observed it. Science, in case you don't know, is what we can observe, study, test, and demonstrate.
You
Look
said
up at
that
the
we've seen
definition of science.
microevolution. You said that we've seen it.
You have seen bacteria become resistant to certain drugs.
Yes, and I'm saying, how does that happen?
If you analyze their code, they lost something for that to happen.
Obviously not if they're making a new protein.
No, listen, if you cut off your feet, you can't get athlete's foot. I promise you that. That's proof of something to somebody somewhere.
What? That's not how it works.
I can 100% guarantee you that if you cut off your feet while you have athlete's foot, you can 100% infect the wound with the athlete's foot, whether you have feet or not. If you don't do it properly, that's like, well, okay, not 100%, like 99.99, but yeah. That can happen. You can be infected with the fungus that causes athlete's foot on a different part of your body besides your feet. That was one of the silliest things I've ever heard, and I just wanted to point that out. I don't even have mirrors, but that's very, very silly thing to say. Oh gosh, I'm too embarrassed. I once had an athlete's foot underneath my fingernails because of the silly people in the shower in 7th grade. So yes, you can have athlete's foot on different parts of your body. That was very, very silly thing to say. Okay, back to it.
No, that's not how it works. There's tons of different types of like attack vectors that happen within a bacteria cell that there's lots of different modes of where they can be attacked. So it's like, yeah, that's just, it doesn't make any sense. Again, that doesn't make any, maybe if what you're talking about would be like, ampicillin. So ampicillin for example, does basically stops the synthesis of the cell wall of a bacteria. So like maybe if you knocked out somehow like the cell wall, right, you wouldn't be able to be somehow observant or resistant or not susceptible to ampicillin, but you would be such a bad cell that they would die. So it doesn't make any sense, dude.
I know it doesn't make any sense to you, okay?
I'm a scientist.
Bacteria are really complex. They have a cell wall. They have all kinds of stuff swimming around in the fluid inside. All kinds of necessary things. They have a little hair. Some of the bacteria have a hair that is attached to a little motor that turns 100,000 RPM. 100,000 RPM at that little hair to swim through a fluid. That's the same thing as a human swimming through peanut butter at 60 miles an hour. That's a pretty powerful motor. You think that little motor evolved by chance, and it's incredibly complex. We can talk about the bacteria flagellum if you'd like. But see, you never observe any bacteria produce other than a bacteria.
False. I can demonstrate a bacteria producing something that's not a bacteria. That's a lie.
But your chart that you think should be mandatory teaching, and it is in North Korea, by the way, that bacteria can somehow, over billions of years and trillions of generations and mistakes, turn into a whale. Do you believe a bacteria turned into a whale over billions of generations?
Yes, but it was more than billions. Many, many, many more.
You believe that?
Again, you keep retreating to your same slides that you've done for the last 25 years, and you can't answer basic questions in regards to how your own philosophy works. How does bacterial resistance actually happen? It's very simple. This is like very simple, explanation.
Okay, how many of you can see that he's the one who's running? Can you see that?
I can explain it to you. Do you want me to explain it to you to understand, better understand? I can help you,
sure.
Ken.
Bacteria only produce bacteria.
Okay, let's talk about
variations. There are variations in the baby's bacteria. Okay. Most of them are deleterious. None of them gain information. No. But somehow, you believe a bacteria could turn to a whale. Whales have things bacteria don't have, like flippers and nostrils and eyes, and they got a whole bunch of stuff, bones. How did the bacteria turn to the whale? Why should we teach this to the kids if all the changes you observe in these bacteria are what everybody calls microevolution? It's still a bacteria.
Nobody does, except for Christian apologetics. And again, we're not talking about that right now, Ken. We were talking about the theory that you're proposing, microevolution, that doesn't actually exist. And you don't even understand the basic mechanics of how something as simple as antibiotic resistance would actually evolve inside a bacteria. You can't even explain your own theory. We're not talking about the billions of years of evolution from prokaryotes to mammals. We're not even talking about that right now. We're talking about what you're talking about. And for the last 20 minutes, you were begging for me to talk about one thing. And I am in your wheelhouse. I am in your philosophy. And you can't even explain basic mechanics of how evolution works.
I most certainly can't.
You literally haven't. You literally have not. And you
I
can't
will when
understand.
you shut up. When you shut up, I will explain it to you.
You're
Okay?
looping.
Shut him up.
Sorry,
I'm not
we're
losing
sorry,
time.
gentlemen.
Here we go.
Jump in really quick.
I love this. Okay, go ahead. James. Bacteria are incredibly complex. If we introduce an antibiotic that kills bacteria, antibiotics do, and it has to somehow kill that bacteria by attacking some part of the living, keeps it alive. Let's say that antibiotic we put in kills a certain thing in a bacteria, and some of the trillions of bacteria have a mutation where they lost information, where now this antibiotic can't kill them. It's always a loss of information. Those with the lost information are the ones that survive to produce the next generation of baby bacteria. And eventually, over time, you can get a whole colony of bacteria that are all resistant to this antibiotic. I agree, that's how it works. But it's always a loss of information, and it's still a bacteria. And I'm loving this. I'm not running from you at all, okay? Go ahead, your turn.
Right, Greg?
Again, that's like you're not understanding. No. So basically, no. The defense mechanism that can happen with I'll explain it to you. I'm a microbiology PhD, so I can. This is my wheelhouse. I'm happy to explain it to you. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to pray to me like you're God, but I mean, I know that you've learned how to do that, so it's okay. So basically, you have the mutations that accrue over time within the population, and the nucleotides would change enough in order to change the protein, and the new protein would be able to intercalate with that antibiotic in order to basically bind to it, in order to change it, in order to stop it from doing the metabolic or molecular biology mechanism that would normally kill the bacteria. So it's gaining the ability in order to do it.
That word, those two words, molecular biology, that is probably one of the most important things that has happened in this debate is this Dr. Greg, who he demonstrated that he was a PhD. At the beginning, he gave his credentials. Saying that it's molecular biology, molecules that have biology, which means that if they were just a little less complex, there would be molecules, but not biology. But biology must come from molecules, and molecules are just chemistry. This is why abiogenesis is the best explanation for life on Earth, especially since we now have excellent evidence for life on Mars. Microbial life on Mars has excellent evidence.
Like, if you have a string of A's, A, C, that is going to be more information than A. So inherently, a single mutation that changes a new amino acid is going to be the production of new information and a new protein that didn't exist before.
Okay, so you said, if I recall, I have to play this back slow. The mutations gradually build up in this bacteria. We'll call it a colony or population of bacteria. Mutations accrue, they build up. I can agree.
I just want to correct something. It doesn't matter what, when he said population of bacteria, it doesn't matter what the population is. It can be a population of anything. It is population that is important, not population of something that's important. It's the population part that's important for evolution. So anything he says about after the population of is kind of irrelevant. Not kind of, utterly irrelevant. And that's the only thing he's going to talk about. I guarantee you, he's not going to talk about populations. He's going to talk about, like, groups of individuals within the population trying to change into something else.
Those changes are all the loss of information. But you said just now, I don't think you realize what you said. They gained the ability to resist this antibiotic or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not gaining new information in the DNA code. That's like saying if we went to handcuff everybody and haul them off to prison, and some of the people didn't have arms.
Okay, I want to clarify something real quick. I know I'm interrupting a lot, but I'm trying to, like, defeat the YouTube algorithm of copyrights. But, evolution is a trade-off. Anytime that you are more fit in one environment, you're going to be less fit in many other environments, actually. You're just going to be more fit in that one environment, but that one environment isn't the only environment that exists. So, it's always a trade-off. So what he's saying is kind of correct, but if it doesn't have a benefit also, then the organism is just not going to reproduce as much. And that's what we call differential sexual reproduction, which is also known as evolution. And my cat is playing with a paper bag. Alright, we're getting back to the show. My cat is so damn cute. I love my cat.
Can't handcuff them. And they produce babies, the next generation that don't have arms. Can't handcuff them either. Eventually we get a whole generation of people that don't have arms. We can't handcuff them. They get...
Wrist cuff on one end, belt cuff on the other. I think I mentioned that before. I mean, that's just, you know, a, like, change in a population over time.
Gained the ability to resist handcuffs. That's your logic. Where is the information of a bacteria producing a non-bacteria? Where has anybody seen this?
We're just talking about your so-called microevolution right now.
You
can't
understand
understand
it.
everything. You don't understand how it works. No, I had to explain to you a basic understanding of how nucleotides and amino acid changes actually accrue new information within the cell. You were able to actually demonstrate that.
Oh no, wait.
You literally were, and I had to explain it to you. I mean, that's fine. I understand. You want to learn, I guess. Maybe that's cool. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, you don't have to bow to me. It's okay.
So the new information that they gained in the cell was the ability to resist being arrested and handcuffed because they don't have handcuff arms anymore. They lost information, so they gained the ability to resist. That in your mind is new information, isn't it?
We can talk about things that we've seen, like citrate metabolism that happened in the long-term E. coli evolution experiment. The ability to break down citrate that never existed before. That's the new metabolic pathway that.
I have something that's even worse than that. I have a bacteria that has now evolved the ability to consume synthetic fabrics. So not like plastics that you buy at the store, but like rayon that you wear on your body, like shirts and shit that are fully synthetic. There's a bacteria that has evolved to consume synthetic fabrics that have never existed on planet Earth before, let's say, 1940. Is that crazy or what? Less than 100 years. Earth found a way to consume the shit that dumbasses are throwing onto it. That is cool as fuck. With zero minds, by the way. Zero fucking minds. Just bacteria trying everything until a thing works. That's evolution. It tries everything. Everything happens that is possible, and the things that work in that environment reproduce more. Why is that so hard to understand? It seems simple to me. Like, I'm sorry for derailing so much, but I'm going to do this one thing. It'll be really quick. In Africa, there has been this mutation that causes like a few elephants in 100,000 to have no tusk, and it's always been a very small percentage. I think it was like 0.1%, maybe. I think that's what it was, maybe 0.1% or 1%. But lately, in the last 100 years or so, because all of the elephants that have tusks are getting shot by poachers, the frequency of the allele in the population has changed over time, and now the alleles that express no tusks are becoming more dominant. It has gone from like 0.1% or 0. I don't remember if it was 0.1% or point. It's probably going to be 0.1% or 1%. And it's gone up to like 15% now. I mean, it's in like the double digits. That's fucking bonkers. It's because they don't get shot and they have more kids. That's evolution in natural selection working with humans being fucking stupid, by the way. Fucking humans being stupid, by the way. Okay, I'm done.
That was brand new and that evolved completely through mutations tracked through like sequencing over time. I mean, you think that DNA is the basis of heredity, right?
I agree.
Okay, that's good. I mean, that's good. A lot of, okay.
Creationists should never do that.
Get an A for that one, at least, maybe an A minus for that one bit.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. That's a little
okay,
more.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. If you sequenced, okay. So let's think about. I mean, you agree that DNA creates like proteins eventually, DNA to RNA to protein, right?
Yeah. I agree. But do you agree?
They should never ever do that. A creationist should never ever do what Kenthoven just did.
Agree that one DNA strand, is more complex than the internet system of
No.
Of the world.
No.
I'll make that statement. You don't think so?
No.
Okay. It's a 4D.
I'm gonna let him do it. He does it so much better than me. I'm gonna stop interrupting now. Oh wait, before that, Monica, feel free to come on. Monica, feel free to come. Thank you for coming on stage, Monica.
Hello, Donald.
Do you want to have a conversation, or do you just want to say that word
Are
over
you
and
interested to
over
talk or
and
not with me?
over again?
Hmm?
Oh, hello. There's a new person. I'm gonna have to get my glasses, but
Are
feel
you
free to
interested to
come
talk
on
or not with me?
stage. I'd love to have a
Are
conversation
you
with
interested to
you,
talk or not?
Kabir. If I
What?
mispronounced it, let me know. Welcome to my room,
Hello,
Kabir.
Donald?
Yes, I hear you.
Donald,
I always hear you,
are you,
Monica.
in-
Monica,
are
I
you
always
interested
hear
to
you.
talk or not? Why you
Monica,
are talking in vain?
Monica,
I'm
Monica.
asking,
I
are you
always,
interested or not?
I always hear you, Monica.
Are you interested to talk or not? Because you are kicking me down. I don't know why you are doing that.
I haven't done that. So,
Before, did you
what
do that?
do you want
Did
to?
you do that?
What do you want to talk about?
About God?
Okay. Do you believe in God?
Uh, you believe in God? Do you?
I did not hear what you said. Can you? You broke up really badly. Can you please repeat what you said?
Mwah.
All I heard was you like kissing.
Do you believe in God, Donald?
Well, I mean, no, but to be fair, I asked you first.
Mwah. I do believe in God. Yeah.
You were completely garbled. I didn't understand what you said at all.
I do believe in God.
You do? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because of I tried astrology and I told you
Wait,
before.
wait, wait.
uh,
Why do you believe?
Astrology
Wait,
was
stop,
whatever the
stop.
predictions happened. It
Oh,
went true.
golly.
So how can't I believe when things are going truly? Why I can't believe?
I,
I tell you, you to try astrology once. Once try it, then
I,
you get answer.
I'm asking you a very simple question. Why,
Mhm.
why do you believe in God?
Because of astrology. Astrologers
Okay,
predicted
stop right there.
something.
Stop, 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 stop. Okay,
Mm,
stop.
mm,
Okay,
okay.
okay, okay.
Mm.
So I can disprove astrology. So I cannot build a belief on something that I can disprove. So you cannot use astrology to convince me of God. So do you have a different?
That is the
Do
only
you
way you can believe in God.
excuse me?
If you
I
don't
was in the middle of a
get it
sentence.
earlier, that is the only way you can believe in God. Otherwise, if only astrology can make you convinced that God exists,
Well, I mean,
no
then
other
God
thing can
doesn't
make you convinced.
exist. Then God doesn't exist because astrology is false, and
It
I
is
can
true
demonstrate that.
actually. Maybe in your country the astrologers are fake.
I
Fake.
don't
They don't
care.
have
I
much
can
knowledge.
demonstrate. I don't care. Excuse me.
Talking not sure.
Excuse
Talking
me.
not sure.
Excuse me.
Mm,
Excuse me.
mm, mm.
Excuse me. I can demonstrate that astrology is false, so I don't have to worry about anything based on
If you
astrology. So
go see one
listen to
video,
me.
one
Listen to
video
me.
you might,
Excuse. Can
yeah,
you
one
just
video
listen
can't
to me
believe
for
that.
1 minute, please? So listen. If you,
Mm,
I will never be
mm,
I will never be convinced by anything that is based on astrology. So if you bring up astrology,
mm.
I'm just going to start YouTube again because YouTube's like
See, before I just want to tell before even I was
your
a kid
audio is
before
so
even
bad. Your
even
audio is
I was a kid
so
before.
bad.
I don't
Bloodthirsty,
I
feel free
used
to
to
come on
believe in
stage.
God, but astrology
Sammy74,
made me to believe.
please come on
Okay?
stage. Please come on stage.
Yeah,
I
that
can't
is the truth.
understand a word she's saying. Her audio is so bad. Your audio is so bad.
Bro, I'll tell
Bloodthirst.
you what the thing is. This woman is deranged, bro. This pic
Oh
is not
my
hers, and she
goodness.
keeps waving at people, asking them to
Is there
jerk
a way
off,
to
and she's nuts, bro. She's nuts.
pause?
Mwah,
She's some
mwah.
weirdo. You.
Donald, Donald
Why is she
baby,
kissing us?
baby Donald, Donald,
Come
She's
on,
calling.
baby.
She's calling
please.
you
Mwah,
not Donald, bro. She's
Okay,
calling you Donald. Donald baby. Donald
please,
baby.
please
Mwah, mwah.
stop.
mwah.
Please, okay, please stop. Okay, please stop. I want you both to please stop. Because I'm kind of in the middle of something, and if you don't want to have an actual conversation, I really don't care right now. I want to finish this for the next uh, 12 minutes, give or take 5 minutes. And then I'm happy to let you do whatever the fuck you want, but if you don't want to have an actual conversation right now, I kind of want you to just stay in the audience. So that's what's gonna happen right now.
It's a 4-digit code. All our stuff's all binary, zeros and ones. DNA is, CATG, 4-bit, which is many times more complicated. And there's a whole string of them. One cell in your body, if you tied the DNA to strands together and stretched it out, it'd be 6 feet long. If you put all the cells in your body, the DNA, and stretched it out, it'll go across the solar system twice. That's a pretty complicated code to make a human.
It's a lot.
People can pass that on to the next generation in a very fun way. So, okay.
Okay. And?
So where's the information gained? Show me a bacteria that gained information besides losing something so they can't be handcuffed.
Okay, so let's say so you can basically do DNA sequencing, you can do RNA sequencing, and then we can also look at proteomics. So proteomics is the way that we can actually see through basically liquid chromatography and mass spectrometry. We can actually see if there's actually new proteins that are actually inside the cell. So if there was a cell, okay, that we had, and we did this analysis and we looked into all the different proteins that existed inside of this cell, and we did a directed evolution experiment where we changed the DNA and now it's become resistant to this antibiotic, and then now we do the proteomics at the end, so before and after, and there is a new protein that's present. Do you think that is new information that cell has?
You're saying there's a new protein that is present in the DNA. There's a protein in the DNA in the cell. So there's a new protein in the cell that is present, and you're claiming this is because of the mutation that accumulated, the changes in the DNA code, created a new protein.
Well, hello, Cameron. Feel free to come on stage. Thank you for coming to my room. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Danny, thank you for coming to my room. Feel free to come on stage. Hello, Danny. Thank you for coming to the stage. How are you today?
Monica, you're so pretty. What's it called? I think God exists because of Fibonacci.
Why would something invented by humans demonstrate God?
I think God is real because of the Nazis.
Thank you very much for having a huge racist fucking piece of shit.
Or they allowed the new protein to come in, or they created a new protein.
Within the DNA changes itself, yes. Would you say that is a new amount of information that is created within that evolution experiment?
I'd like to see the scientific proof that is the case, and even then, I'd like to examine it further. Is there something else? I'm getting cramps. I drove to Indiana and back twice, and I'm tired. And I should got to get some more magnesium. Is it okay if I take a vitamin instead of get a vaccine for my muscle cramps? Would that be okay?
Again, if you can run, are you trying to change the subject because you're scared, or?
No. I'm just pointing out I'm slightly distracted.
You're distracted.
It's the biceps femoris is cramping. It's probably a magnesium or potassium deficiency, but I think we should start giving everybody vaccines against muscle cramps. Let's everybody line up. Yeah.
Okay. Just against communicable diseases and to keep everyone safe. Just like how you were safe because of the polio vaccine when you were a kid, and you got the polio vaccine, and now you're denying that same ability for other kids in order to try to spread disease and harm to other people.
We'll get James's channel shut down here. We don't want to do that.
You're so mad, dude. You're just crashing out. This is crazy.
No, I'm having really a lot of fun. Okay.
No, you're not.
I'm not. You know what I think. You know what I know. You know.
Huh? I hate to jump in, but we have a little time left before we go to the Q&A. If you guys want a chance to draw together some of the threads from this debate, I can give you that maybe in like a 2-minute closing. Would that work well?
Yeah, I'd love your closing statement for how proteomics, how what you're talking about. Like we're talking about the same thing for the last 30 minutes, trying to understand your ability to understand microevolution, which is the only thing that exists. But I'm trying to ask you questions specifically about microevolution, and you are not understanding it, and you're not You can't even like engage with the idea that a new protein can be made within a cell based off of DNA mutations within that DNA of that microbe.
You're claiming that this happened. I said I'd like to see that. I'd like to analyze that.
All right. So when I was saying like 2-minute closings, I was meaning like at that point when I said it.
Oh, okay,
was that your closing, Craig, or was that your just the last mark before going to the closings?
Whatever he needs. If he wants to take my 2 minutes to basically understand and say what proteomics is and understand like what a protein is and where it's coming from and how it's actually created. I mean, he's denying now that DNA can't make a protein, or he's skeptical that exists?
Okay, so was that your closing?
Sure.
Let me put it more clearly.
Sure. Go ahead.
Going to go into closing statements. So if you talk, I'm assuming it's your closing statement.
That was my closing statement. Go ahead, Kent. Please tell us.
Okay. I will stand my ground. The Bible clearly says all living things, plants, animals, everything, will reproduce after their kind.
He's running.
Bacteria always have baby bacteria.
He's running.
No exceptions.
Can't explain it.
Shut him off. It's my turn to close.
Can't explain it.
Shut his microphone. He doesn't learn. Okay.
Greg,
I've had students
closing.
I've had students I had to send out in the hallway or send to the principal, just like him. Can't shut up. No, it's my turn to talk. Okay. All we've ever seen in the history of the world, before we had microscopes, it was animals and plants. They always produce the same kind. Varieties happen. There's over 1,000 varieties of apples people have selected. They're selectively bred. They're still apples. We've never seen it go outside of apple to anything else. We've never seen bacteria go outside of bacteria to anything else. A bacteria having a new protein in itself. First of all, he didn't show me one. I said I'd like to see it. I didn't say I didn't believe it. I said I'd like to see it. I'd like to analyze it before I talk about it. But if it happened, it's still a bacteria. It's not a new kind of creature. It's still a bacteria. Why should we use that to force all the kids to learn bacteria can turn to whales if you give them a long time?
So mad. Why should
that be mandatory? Anyway, so no, I stand my ground. The Bible is scientifically accurate. Animals and plants
I'm going to stand my ground by not engaging and not talking about
always. Nobody's ever seen an exception to that. Crazy. The DNA code, put my slide back up. The DNA code is complex beyond ability to understand. The way it winds and unwinds and copies itself and has to reverse transcribe, it's amazing. I can glorify God for the amazing design in the DNA code.
So maybe I am.
You can glorify Charlie Darwin for discovering that 14 kinds of birds came from a bird. Oh. Okay. Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Never been a dumber idea.
So mad.
It's your philosophy that's dangerous. That started World War II with Adolf Hitler, thinking we should kill everybody who wasn't blonde.
How is this allowed? How can I not talk about vaccines exactly to this, but he can talk about this and same with Hitler and all that kind of stuff?
We'll jump into the question and answer right now. So thanks. We're going to move fast as we're already about an hour and 20 minutes into it. Helix says, hey, Dr. Hovind, I just wanted to say you're a huge inspiration to me, and I hope to follow in your footsteps one day, become great. All right. Let's see. We're looking for questions that are more on the topic. Austin Sims says,
all right, we're in the question. There's a new person on. No, I mean you're not new. Feel free to come on stage if you wanna. Give me a second. I don't have yours. So now we're into the Q&A. I haven't watched this, so I don't know. This is about as far as I watched when I first watched it. Oh my goodness.
Did you see his debate with Planet Peterson?
Kentoven, yes, I did see that.
Like, he wants all kinds of proof for how we think stuff goes, but then when you ask him how God does stuff, well, I don't know.
Well, I don't have to prove it because I'm not trying to teach everybody at the state's expense, even though I want the state to go away. Yeah, I've watched Kentoven once or twice. He was on Standing for Truth for a really long time until he got kicked off of YouTube for I don't know how many times it took him getting kicked off YouTube for Standing for Truth to stop platforming him, but it finally happened. I don't know, 6-8 months ago, something like that. And he's been quiet outside of the fringe social medias and the debunkers have been covering him. But this is the first time he's popped his head up on But MDD, it seems, has turned a little, and I don't know. I saw a kind of, well, I'm not, I'm live on YouTube, so I'm not going to say anything that might cause legal problems. I'm just going to shut up about that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut up about that. But I haven't seen the rest, so I don't know if it's even safe to put on my channel. There's only, I didn't want to put the whole thing up, but what I want to do now is stop the stream and start a new one, so that if this one gets demonetized, the rest of it doesn't, because I started a brand new one just for this. But that's all I wanted to watch.